instead of mentioning his name.
If you go carry on like this,
why are you scared of mentioning their names?
People like you that want to always
you are their agent. You are their agent. You are scared of saying the truth. You are a polluted mindset. You are a corrupt man. You are a corrupt person, very corrupt, dirty man like you, very dirty. You're always talking from two corners of your mouth.
Alex,
you are a corrupt man. I've never done this to you, but today you provoked me. You are a very corrupt man.
I didn't say one.
You are a corrupt man. You are polluted. You are a dirty person.
See that?
Who are you?
Now, people should see the people that are betraying this nation.
Alex is okay. Can I say
I should allow El-Rufai to come to my house and bring people and ESP to my house. Is that what you are trying to tell me?
Because they don't want the truth to come out.
What truth? What truth?
You want the agenda of us fighting each other.
What agenda? You are saying nonsense. You are dancing. You are just running a task. What's your point?
When you had your say, Alex, what did you say? Did you not want to fight?
How will you call me their instruments? Have you seen it with them before?
Alex. That's what you said.
You need to learn
wanted to fight an Islamic war, basically, or a religious war.
So I should wait for them to kill me. Is that what you're saying?
You see what I mean? This is what I'm talking about, and he doesn't want me to cancel it out because the truth is,
you never called for fighting any religion, Islamic war to Nigeria. You always don't say that. You're wrong in saying that.
That's why they did what they did in Edo State and all the rest.
You are a liar. You are a pretender. You are a green snake under the green grass.
You know what you are doing. You are
a pretender.
You are a disgrace to the Ido people. You are a disgrace to the young generation.
Oh, stop that nonsense, Olumide.
You are a snake, a green snake, and we will compare you.
All of you.
You are a green snake under the green grass, and we know you.
That go on to want to destroy our children's future.
We know you. We know your type, and we will compare you. El-Rufai will be arrested.
Let him be arrested. He should be arrested. He should be banned from running for working for any national office.
You are
all this nonsense. You sit there and who is allowing Olumide to just keep ranting like that?
You are not making sense. You are vomiting around nonsense. You are saying nothing.
You are the one that insists that
you are saying nothing. You are saying nothing.
You
are saying nothing. Nothing.
Come together. You are the one that is disliking it because
you are saying nothing. You are saying nothing.
Rather, we go into a religious conflict.
El-Rufai said something. You left El-Rufai alone. You are always blaming Nigerians. How much are you getting from these politicians?
I didn't blame any Nigerian. I didn't blame Nigerian.
You are blaming them.
He's killing people. He's killing the
Olumide, what are you going on about?
Allow him talk. Allow him.
He's not letting me talk. He's just rambling on and on and on.
He went to Channel Television to say
I'm sorry for calling what he's saying garbage. I don't mean to say that. But he won't stop. And this is what he does. He just talk on and on and on. He doesn't listen to anybody.
All you do, you talk without facts. And you want people to listen
facts?
To you.
Are you talking about facts? You're not talking about facts at all. You just want to fight at ethno. This one was an ethno nation.
To Nigeria, you cannot be fighting everybody.
That's what he wants.
El-Rufai wants to start a war. You will not address that.
Stop fighting each other. That's what they want. All these people. Nigerians, you're listening to me.
Listen to Nigeria, listen to me. You are working like an agent. Listen, to Nigeria, you listen. We will not listen to you. You listen to us now.
Go away. You don't know how to talk on the platform. Even when you disagree with people, you come and tell lies. You don't know how to.
What lie did I tell? I didn't tell one lie. You just didn't let me. I just started talking, and they won't let me even complete what I'm saying.
Why would they allow you? When you are joining El-Rufai to kill Nigerians,
it tells you that. Why? Why do you want to stop me? All I wanted to do was taking charge, and I said,
you are so disconnected from the reality, Nigeria. You are disconnected.
Who told you
because you will have an agenda.
Who told you did not?
Nobody has an agenda, but the northern Fulani oligarchy.
Use Sharia to govern their state.
The agenda is from the north to the south. The agenda is only from the north. There are
It's
people in the
only
south.
from the north,
You
it's
are
not
just
from the
El-Rufai.
south.
Why are you
And you keep talking
dancing
about
around?
population. You keep talking
You
about numbers.
cannot
At the end of the day,
these
through
people are
Naija,
using their
these
divide
your
and
numbers that
conquer
you're
us.
talking about does
Look
not
at what we are
follow.
doing
It
here
doesn't
now.
make
Look at what,
sense.
look at
You
what we are
keep
doing here now.
hopping on numbers. You keep hopping on
Because
numbers.
you worry too much
Numbers
about
have nothing to do
too much
with
about
it.
feminism.
We
It's not
know
the
you want to marry
Please.
multiple wives.
You see
We
that?
know you
Because
want
you're
to
worried
have
about your own
hundreds of
feminist
children.
instead of focusing
Stop
on what
throwing it
talking about.
in every
I am sure
opportunity
somebody
you
will
get.
collect
This is
contract.
exactly
Speak
why
to
our
the
people suffer.
evil. Speak to the evil, which is El-Rufai. Speak to it.
See what our people
Focus
suffer.
on that.
To the disappointment of
They
your
can't
people.
focus
You can't
on
stand with your
something that
head
actually
inside.
benefits them.
You are
Naija,
shouting
when one
And this is
person
why our
say a
people
whole
suffer.
village is bad, he is the one that is bad.
Yeah. Okay. I'm the
One
bad
person
one
cannot
now.
say a whole village is bad.
You all are doing so well. That's why you have this
Look
station
at
that you
yourself.
have
Look
now.
at yourself. Why is everybody
You are the
always
problem. You are one of the
complaining?
problem of why we have a nation like that through
If somebody
Nigeria.
was
You
sounding
are,
like
because
me
your
in 90,
mindset is very
hold
difficult
on.
sometimes
You
to
mean you are
understand
telling people to
what
come and
side
marry
you're
multiple
on.
wives?
Your
1966.
mindset is the
Yeah.
one of the problems we have in Nigeria. Yeah.
The only mindset, the only thing you are against Omoye.
Before you came on platform,
Anybody,
There is nothing
it
like
was
only
anybody
orderly.
things.
abuse people,
Look
Focus
at
on
everywhere
the
now.
issue at hand.
Please, guys.
I don't have any personal problem with you. Focus on the issue at
I am
hand.
focusing on the issue. They won't let me finish talking. I was focusing on the issue.
When you
and
are
they just
afraid to
came
mention
into my team, they won't
politicians
let
and
me
you are
talk.
facing Nigerians,
I just said the first thing I said was he should be barred from any national
the
office.
first thing was that you said if he said so, he didn't say so. Is it confirmed? Don't
I
lie.
also went on to say after that he should be banned from national office. But you didn't want to hear that.
Then you not face
The one that
Nigerians.
got you upset, the one that really got you upset is me saying that.
So I should wait for El-Rufai to come and rape my daughters first, right?
So you want to start fighting? Go ahead.
No, I should wait.
Go ahead. That's going to make you richer.
No, I should wait for them to come and rape my family members first. Thank you very much,
Alex, when you fight yourself, that's going to make you richer. Eh?
We are not fighting ourselves. We are defending ourselves.
Have you forgotten the
What about the person that is instigating it? The whole governor.
Justice for the dead. Justice for those who
The
lost their
governor
lives.
that is saying it is the one you should be going after.
What about the death of Deborah? What did El-Rufai say about it?
The El-Rufai is the one you should be going after, and he's kind. And those
He's
are the
what you should be going after, me and you.
I was going after them, and you stopped me.
No, you just brush it aside and face Nigerians. That's my point with you.
I said the people that are responsible for this type of divisive thing, they will be reckoning for all of them. That's exactly what I said. And you jumped onto my throat from challenging those people.
Give him 2 minutes. Give him 2 minutes to articulate what
they won't let me say anything. They won't let me say anything.
He will never come.
Have you not asked yourself why?
I don't know what's wrong with you. I really don't know what's wrong with you. Because you people want to just condition our people to be fighting each other constantly, and this
You are the one conditioning our people. When you generalize, you are also the problem. You are the one conditioning the people because you always your way of thinking and analyzing is always skewed.
You lack information too, Nigeria. You lack information.
Conditioning now. What is the conditioning that I condition our people now? What is the
First
condition?
of all, you came, you start watching the video, you jumped on the topic and started accusing Nigerians of fighting themselves.
What is wrong with you? I'm talking about the people like El-Rufai. What is wrong with you?
Why are you asking what is wrong with me?
People like El-Rufai that are doing this is not only from the north. They are doing it in the south.
You never mentioned El-Rufai since. You're just reading that now.
I gave you an example of what happened in Lagos where they burned Igbo this market. And
that was election violence. That was election tribal violence, not a religion.
What do you think it represents?
It was a tribal thing, not religion. El-Rufai is bringing religion now. That's the topic. Stick to the topic.
Oh my God! You see what he's doing?
Stick to the topic, sir.
So you are okay with tribalism?
Call out El-Rufai. Me, I will never be distracted. Call out El-Rufai.
It's the same instrument they are using, divide and rule. It's the same instrument. They use religion and they use tribalism.
El-Rufai is the most dangerous Nigerian leader just now, and he should be arrested. Arrest TV carried it. Arrest TV carried it. Arrest TV carried it this morning.
See, Alex, they use religion and they use tribe, and you know that full well. And I highlighted both of them, and I was talking against.
But you are always accusing the citizens. Why?
No, because there are people. Is El-Rufai not a citizen? The people that are doing these things.
He's not a citizen. He's a leader. He's a leader.
Oh no, it's not a citizen. Oh no, it's not a citizen. He's from
the governor.
Now. He's from Mass. Because he's from Mass. Because he's El-Rufai is from Mass.
Concentrate on El-Rufai. He's a criminal and he should be brought to book just now.
You didn't concentrate on him actually. You
I did
on fighting a war.
I did
against
religion. Yeah, no. Exactly. What I said is this. What I said is this.
Now
Christianity.
On the man.
Wait. Christianity is not foolishness, okay?
You were saying you should be preparing to fight the North. Basically,
yes, I said defend yourself. It's a natural instinct of human existence.
Was that El-Rufai you were focusing on? Was that El-Rufai you were focusing on?
Yes, Tunaja, don't defend him. The man should be picked up. He should be arrested.
I've already said what I said.
You brushed it away. You didn't. You didn't discuss it.
It should be banned from national office. I said that, and I don't know how
you said it in one word. In one word.
Everything I said.
I have to mute all of you. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much. I can see the argument is going on. Tunaja, the way you started the conversation, that's why all this happened. Although after the way you started, your submission was good, but the way you started, it was a bit pretentious. You started by, did he say it? Like, because I noticed you were already on the comment section for so long, and even when you were on the comment section, you saw the article that was right there on the screen. And I know you to that extent too, Naja. You are a good researcher. You're always on the panel. When people say something, within a minute, you researched it, and you normally respond to people with your research, with your findings. For you to pretentiously come into the panel to say, oh, have you confirmed this? One, it was disrespectful to my platform. You know what the platform stands for. Since you've been following me, you've never, I don't know any other platform where you follow or other platform you patronize. But on this particular platform, you know me for one thing, that I don't present anything that is not verified to anybody. So you disrespected the platform. You conned the people by trying to outsmart them that you don't know what is happening. If El-Rufai really did, and that was wrong. That was wrong. I believe that is the anger. If you check the anger on you right now, with your satanic-ness, the satanic-ness that you displayed put the anger from so many people, which, like I said, after your satanic-ness, your submission was nice. El-Rufai should be banned in every angles. But the way you started is what triggered this. But before that, I would like to take you back again, because there's something I want to hear from you. I want your submission to start properly, because anything to do with fake, I don't like it. Since you confirmed you did not watch it, you didn't see the article displayed on Nigeria Watch, I left the article on the screen for more than 2 or 3 hours. Then I'll take you back to this video again. Listen to this video, then I'll come back to you again. Thank you very much, my people. Let's watch this quickly.
From the federal government, the Muslim ticket was wanting to set Nigeria
to the cause of appeal. Perhaps the matter will have been rendered academic in any case.
Well, all right. We'll take another story. Former Governor of Kaduna State, Nasiru El-Rufai, has been accused of wanting to set Nigeria on fire with his utterances. The chieftain of the All Progressives Congress in Plateau State, Samuel Kwamko, made the accusation after a video in which El-Rufai allegedly stated that he deceived Christians during the course of the electioneering campaigns, that the APC Muslim ticket was not for religious dominance, when in actual fact, the tickets, both nationally and at the state level, were for Islamic dominance. In the video, which has since gone viral, El-Rufai is reported to have also said that the victory of Bola Ahmed Tinubu had silenced the Christian Association of Nigeria, adding that he will sustain an Islamic-dominated government for 20 years and unending, not only in Kaduna State, but in Nigeria at large. Kwamko, who is also a former national director of the Christian Association of Nigeria, while reacting to El-Rufai's comments, expressed disappointment at his classification of citizens of his state as them versus us, which to him meant that the former governor cannot be exonerated from the wanton killings, demolition of houses, and places of worship of Christians in Kaduna. Well, let's take a listen to a short clip of that video before we come back for a discussion.
Duk da taron dangin da aka yi, duk da addini da aka yi amfani da shi, Allah ya ba Asiwaju nasara. Abinda muka samu muka yi a Kaduna yanzu an yi shi a ƙasa gaba daya. Babu wani makaryaci da zai zo ya ce zai fito ya ce shi zai yi siyasa na Kiristanci ya ci zaɓe. Peter Obi ya yi ga inda yake. An yi maganin wannan, dole suka yi shuru. Tun da Asiwaju ya ci zaɓe kan tsit. To da haka ne za a samu zaman lafiya a ƙasar nan. To shi ma ka gani aka sake aka ƙara sai komi sai ya wallahi abinda muka yi kenan, kuma ni da wasu daga cikin mu a ganin mu mun gama aikin.
This has caused a huge debate on social media as well, but let me take a tweet before I take your comment. This person wrote, "It is really disappointing for El-Rufai to brag about religion in a country that is trying to heal. What is the point of the speech? What point is he trying to prove in an election that was clearly questionable? The APC, tell your man not to sow seed of discord in this country." Over to you.
This is a tough one for me. I schooled in Kaduna, went to Sultan Bello Primary. I speak Hausa, and
I didn't know that.
Yes, I speak Hausa. I went to school in Kano. My school was just next to Serkin Zaza tape. I am just praying, please God, let Malan Nasir come out and say, no, this was doctored, that this is not him, this is not true.
Yeah, I waited 2 days to take the story.
I've been waiting for that to happen,
trending.
but it hasn't happened. And I will reach out to him at some point over the next day or two, because I've known Nasir El-Rufai from the days when I was living in England. I came back in 2011, and I still say I know him fairly well. This is the same man that has a Yoruba man as his spokesperson, Muyiwa Adekaye. This is the same man that has a lot of friends in Lagos, all over the country. He has a lot of friends who are Igbo, who are Hausa, who are Christians, who are Muslims. This man that I'm seeing in this video, I honestly don't recognize. I don't recognize this person. I don't know what has happened. I don't know the reason why he will speak in this way or say this kind of thing. I am hoping that this is not a man who has been extremely pretentious, who has been behaving in a way that made everybody believe that he's a different kind of person. So this is not someone that I honestly recognize. It's condemnable. Everything he has said in this video is condemnable. And I'm hoping he will still come out and say it was misinterpreted or that's not what he said. But if this is what he has said, this is condemnable, is despicable, is not acceptable for anybody in public office, anybody outside of public office, no matter what you do. You cannot say things like this and be taken seriously as somebody who has been involved in so many things that have shaped the future of Nigeria, and somebody who has a level of influence and capacity to really shape the future of this nation. This is not acceptable behavior. These are not the kind of words that you would expect from someone like him, and it has to be condemned by everyone. It has to be condemned. And I hope that he will come out and take those words back and say, he's sorry. He didn't mean to say this. He has to take those words back.
All right, Dr. Abati, a quick word from you before I take the final.
Well, quickly, I mean, religion has always been used as a divisive factor, exploited by the leadership elite in Nigeria to divide the people. And in this particular case, we've just seen another instance in which, you know, a political figure, a leadership figure, is using religion. He was speaking to a group of imams, and he was thanking them for the help that they have provided, specifically in Kaduna State, for ensuring a Muslim ticket, and also at the national level in ensuring a Muslim ticket. And it got carried away and got to the extent of saying that, look, a Muslim leadership will be imposed, both in Kaduna State and also at the national level of Nigeria for the next 20 years.
So, Tunaja, listen to that one
Muslim leadership will be imposed, both at the national level in ensuring a Muslim ticket. And it got carried away and got to the extent of saying that, look, a Muslim leadership will be imposed, both in Kaduna State and also at the national level of Nigeria for the next 20 years. That in itself is insensitive, is provocative. It doesn't show enough intelligence. Even if, Nasir El-Rufai says he's a very intelligent man and that he's going back to school.
Okay, I'll stop that right there. So I'll come back to you too, Naja. Since you've tried to play smartness with everybody here, that you didn't see the video, you didn't see the article that I left on screen all day, and you were commenting on screen on the comment section there, and it was on screen. You didn't see any, so I've presented it to you now. Tunaja, go ahead with the submission.
All right. So first of all, I really am surprised that after how many months of being here, you actually doubt what I said. Shocking, isn't it? This is Nigerians for you.
Yes.
One, I've not seen the video.
100%.
Yes, I've not seen the video. One.
When you say Nigerians, you're already generalizing again. That's disrespectful.
Proud man.
Hold on.
You are so full of yourself.
You're accusing me of lying.
You didn't see the article.
Have I come here to lie
screen
to anybody before?
Okay, can you confirm with me that you didn't see the article I left on screen for 3 hours?
I saw the article. That's why I went and read it. Then I came back here. You know, yesterday I heard about this and I searched for information. I didn't find it. So today, when you brought it out, and it turns out that most of the information actually came out today, then I saw the article that you wrote. I just came on about 30 minutes or 1 hour ago. Then I read it. When I came online, what I said was, I needed to confirm because of the gravity of the topic. And clearly I was right, because I've never started talking and everybody exploded. Because of the gravity of what I was about to say, that's why I said, please confirm if this is true again. And you try to make it about yourself and say, why are you challenging whether I'm correct? That you know my policy. And I try to explain to you the reason why.
Hold on, please. Hold on, Tunaja, like I said before, I'll reiterate. It's disrespectful to my platform. I'm happy that you mentioned that you've been with me for a while. Yes, I like that, because if you've been with me for a while, you know me for one thing. I don't present anything that is not verifiable. And I know you as a good researcher. And I'm looking right now, I'm a good researcher as well. I have lots of articles that carry this. Channels Television carried it, Leadership carried it, Daily Post carried it, Punch carried it, Vanguard carried it. You are telling me that you searched everywhere, you couldn't find it.
I couldn't find it. I can tell you that right now. I think if I found it, I wouldn't come and start talking. I've heard of many.
All I did is just write El-Rufai, and he fooled everywhere.
No, not on mine. Not on mine. I can assure you of that. Not on mine, because this was not the first time. I think we were talking about it yesterday. On this channel.
Tunaja, you're not an honest person, no. I'm telling you.
Of course, I'm lying. Okay, I'm lying because I have a reason to lie.
Hold on.
It's not coming from me now.
Let me take Tunaja to my research. Let me just take you to my research, because you are Tunaja. No, this one your statement is not aligning at all. Okay, let's come here, my people. Look what I wrote. I guess you people can see it there. El-Rufai. Then Vanguard, Punch, Daily Post, Leadership. You see, even the video I just played to you guys.
Okay, let me check what I searched yesterday, so we'll find out.
What are you talking about?
I have my own search history now, so it's not like it's a secret. I'll be able to find what I searched yesterday, and I can assure you, I didn't see the information. We were talking about this yesterday. I will find before this thing will end. I'll go to my own search history and check what I searched, and I didn't see the information. I didn't see the page itself that contained this thing. And besides, one of the stuff that they told me during this thing, they said it was in Hausa. So I didn't want to go and watch a video that was being interpreted without confirming, because I've seen videos that have been released before. They will say somebody saying something in the video in a different language and they translate it wrong. So I wasn't sure. So I didn't want to go with video. I wanted to go with newspaper reports. So that's why I was looking for newspaper report. I didn't find it. So how do you think I managed to remember all this? Because I knew I did it. So, but it's okay. I'm the liar. I read it, and the reason why I came back and I asked that question, because I don't normally ask questions about stuff that is on here. This is something you should know. Since I've been here, I've never asked you to confirm anything you ever said, anything you've ever presented.
Like I said,
the reason why,
like I said before, your submission, I was happy with it. Is how you started that I am a guest. After how you started your submission, because I like the fact that you said that it should be banned from everywhere or public. I don't know how you said it. So I like that. But say you didn't
because
see.
It's a very serious thing, and you saw the way I felt about it. It's a very, very serious thing, and that was why I had to confirm again. And when you were upset, you didn't like that I was asking, and I gave you the reason. I said because of the gravity of what I'm about to say, that I have to confirm. And clearly, the moment I started opening my mouth, they just jumped at me. It tells you the gravity of the situation. What these people are doing, they want to turn our country to Sudan. And some people are aiding them and doing everything you people don't understand. So people are just aiding them to set our people on fire. The way I look at our people right now, it's like they douse our people with fuel and waiting to light it up. And we are very happy to give them what they want. Our greatest enemy is this divisive and fighting destabilization of our nation. We need stability to be able to grow, for our people to actually prosper in this world. How can we always keep doing this to ourselves? Now I'm the devil because I wanted to confirm this stuff. This is not,
please, can I come in, sir, please?
About me. When we keep falling for this,
how is it that, let him finish.
How is it that people are finding so easy to turn their fire on each other? Something that we should know, that this has been happening to us for 400 years. It has led to this sorry state that we are in. And we keep repeating the same thing. I think we are going to get a different result. We will never get a different result. I can assure you, our poverty and our enslavement will be permanent till our extinction from the face of this earth. And I assure you, that's the direction you're going to go. This world doesn't owe you a living, and if you don't wake up to the truth of your existence, you're going to perish.
So, Tunaja, can you focus on El-Rufai now?
I've already said about El-Rufai.
I reject everything that he said back to you, Tunaja.
I'm telling you, back to you.
You are reversing it. Carry on fighting each other.
Can I come in, please?
I'm not saying the right thing.
I won't sit here and allow this guy talk like this. Somebody had to respond. That's just the fact.
But Tunaja, I expected you to focus on El-Rufai now.
Yes, can I interject him, please?
But okay, Naija, let me just say this.
Naija, he has been talking for 5 minutes. Can I interject him?
First person I focused on was El-Rufai. First person I focused on was El-Rufai. I said it should be barred from all this public, this national office. It should never. And personally, I would find it extremely offensive that somebody like that ends up in national office. Extremely. And this is why. Is there anybody I've ever said anything like this before? This is a very, very serious matter, and anybody that wants Nigeria to survive and our people to prosper, we have to isolate people like this. We have to make sure. We have to make sure, because they are so dangerous to our future right now. Look at Sudan. Look at what is happening to Sudan.
I like the fact that you said it's a very serious matter. So you recognizing it is a very serious matter. I like that. Anyway, I guess there's somebody. Mr.
Please,
Alex,
I want to interject. Yes. Nigerians, please defend yourselves. There's a natural law of protecting yourself in the international charter, which Nigeria is part of. Defend yourself against any invader. Defend yourself against any polluted religious extremists. Defend yourself against any ideological invasion. I will not close my eyes in the name of civility, in the name of, being a good person, to allow some Islamic radical take over my land. No, I won't do that. Donald Trump was taken to court. El-Rufai is nothing compared to Donald Trump. He's a sitting governor, outgoing governor. He's a human being like you and I. We should be calling for his arrest. Immediately his tenure is over. We should even call for the amendment of the Nigerian Constitution to abolish the immunity of governors who are talking tatato against the national security. You will not call this a national security threat now. If it is Nnamdi Kanu, all of you will come out and feast on him and his words. You will not call this one a national threat. No. But now you are blaming Nigerians. You are saying they should perish. Who should perish? Is it not El-Rufai and his courts? I don't know how we analyze things. I don't know whose side we are. But for me and my household, we would serve the Lord. So I'm not a fool. If you are a fool, I'm not a fool. I'm ready for them. They came and they saw it. They saw the fireworks. Defending yourself is not calling for war. Did I go to Kanu to go and rape their sisters? Did I go to Sokoto or Kaduna to go and burn their mosque? Why are they coming to Benin to disturb my farmland? What is the religious dominance all about? I don't get it. And when we talk, some nitwits come and tell us that we are tearing our country apart. I don't understand.
If you
are being paid, I'm not being paid.
For it, you give the creator of that.
A man may continue on the national TV calling for war. You are telling me I call for it?
They don't care about religion. These people
listen to me. My suggestion is this: Nigerians, Edolites, defend yourself against nitwit. Don't go to their land. If they come to your land, defend yourself. Thank you.
It's not about religion. It's about taking control of us.
Thank you.
Weakening us.
Let me come back to both of you, please. We have Mr. CM with us. I'd like to hear from him. Oga CM, thanks for joining us, sir. If you can hear me, please unmute yourself. Talk to us.
Well, good evening, Niger Watch. Good evening, everybody. Actually, what a spirited debate. Obviously, the topic is quite hot and very, very disgusting topic anyway. I had come in just to make one or two observations. One, what I should have said, probably I won't have time, but let me start on a different trajectory. Let me say the facts that are safe evidence to humanity. Everybody has got the right to self-defense. That's one. Everybody has got the right to decide how he or she can live his life. That's two. Now, if I bring it to play in the Nigerian system, we all know, because I always like to start from the first principle. It's not that when I say it as if I'm only recognizing if you call me my name 100 times, you've not made a mistake. We all know that Nigeria, in fact, there's an article I will even share. I will find it one day. I will send it to you, Niger Watch. You bring it up so that people will know what is happening in Nigeria. It didn't start today. So we all know that Nigeria is a country coupled together by Britain, made up of people of different civilization, different cultural system, different value system. Yet, I know we are not the only country, different countries like that, but some has been together, later they break up. In Nigeria, one of the truths that are self-evident is that we've been trying to live peacefully. Even up to this moment, we are trying. Till tomorrow, we will be trying. But have we achieved it? No, it's still a work in progress. We know nation building is a work in progress. America is still nation building, every country. But in trying to build a nation, nobody should rock the boat. That is the issue. So this is where El-Rufai's vituperation comes into being. El-Rufai, for those who do not know him, is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Who said it? Dr. Obadiah Mailafia, PhD, Oxford, former deputy governor, Central Bank, who later died. I'm ready to forward the article, the last article he wrote. He knew they will kill him because he granted an interview saying that at a time when they were slaughtering people in southern Kaduna, left, right, and center, it was almost a daily basis. Some of them that educated Jamani Lekwot in the army and all those, they organized themselves. He said he used his own intelligence to penetrate these people, those terrorists around the Kachia, Briningwari area of Kaduna. He asked them, say why? He said, no. They speak French to start with. He asked them, so this, all that, because he speaks Hausa. And anybody in the northern part from Benue, they speak Hausa. It's like the lingua franca. They couldn't. They were managing Fulani and this. With so many people, they talked. He said, no. He said, after all, they are here. It's just because they are invited. That one of the sitting governors is even their commander who is there. He said it. It cannot be from Anambra. Edo governor, Rivers State governor, Bayelsa, or Lagos State cannot be. He said he's there, and they pointed. He said this is friends. I mean, these are in the public domain. I'm not making it up. Now, that is the character. I'm trying to characterize El-Rufai. I don't know him, but I can characterize him. Now, this is the man. El-Rufai confessed that he went to give terrorists money so that they should stop killing. Meanwhile, they invited him. Before when Jonathan was at the peak of his presidency, he wanted to face this Boko Haram head on. Who is the chief of staff? Azubike Ihejirika, the first Igbo man since Ironsi to be somebody in the army. Jonathan did it. The man came and told Jonathan that let him forget. He will crush them. He will fight. They will take it up. Do you know that America want to help Nigeria end this Boko Haram? America told Nigeria during Jonathan's time. They enlisted them. They came. They did a meeting. Told them, do you know that whatever they decide in Jonathan's cabinet, they relay to Boko Haram? And for American thing, they said the American soldiers, they will come because they planned it that they will go through the civilian and then eliminate them. That's the way they do it. Say before you know their plan, they went back. They told Jonathan. Say somebody leaked it, one of those people. And Jonathan knew. That's why when Jonathan said, even Boko Haram are in my cabinet. Azuviki Hejrika said this. Some people in Imo State we know, or Abia. The day he went to the district to confront them at Boruno, when they were going, the people coming out, Atiku, he mentioned the name, El-Rufai, somebody, Guaruzo from somebody, I saw the former chief that defense advisor to Obasanjo during the national security advisor. He said, these are people coming out from the camp where the civilian refugee are. He said El-Rufai was there. They were just in opposite direction, and they were going there to go and carry it out with the Nigerian army. That was why when you send the army to go and do something, they will let them push them to the front line and then come and do reconnaissance from behind and shot all of them down. I have Igbo boys that died from my area. So what I'm trying to characterize El-Rufai is that just to tell you to underline his terrorism tendency. So this is El-Rufai. Now, for that a man to say it, this is not, he's an agent provocateur. And because he says it, because they treat them with kid glove. Remember, Buhari, 8 years, no single Fulani headsman was prosecuted, arrested by somebody can tell me, yet he has gone. So we know the game they are playing, the game of Islamization. In one of the letters Obasanjo wrote to Buhari open letter, I have it here. If anybody has the email, I can be forwarding it to you with the date. Obasanjo said, Islamization and Fulanization, he mentioned it, warned Buhari against it. So why I have to sort of give you this background is this. You see, let me put it this way. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. What El-Rufai, he will even say worse things to tomorrow. But the good thing about Nigeria, as much as we may think that Nigeria is a basket case or whatever, the only time Nigerians ever united was to crush the Igbo, the Biafran uprising. That was when they come together. According to Professor Nigo Tite, there are 374 ethnic groups. So one of them, the Igbo, if he goes, there are 373. In other words, for those 373 to unite with communism and capitalism, Britain and Russia, to bombard the Biafrans, these are not giving just a bit of history. It means that they are united. So what I'm trying to say now is that what should the bulwark against what El-Rufai is doing? It does not mean, because in security they say deterring is better than doing the actual thing. Oyiboman believe in gathering intelligence to forestall something before it happens. Though if it happens, you may have casualty, you may win. But forestall it, that's what they did. I worked sometime when I am my early time in the UK as a shop, a shop retail security officer. I was one that they are not interested in me catching shoplifters, but let me deter them, because if I catch them, the process of convicting them in court, it may turn out. So they feel that deterring them, physical presence is what they want. So that physical presence is that when they see you, they think that are coming for them, they drop what they are doing. What El-Rufai is sounding us warning, and that we always tell my people, I've already been saying it, that Peter Obi is Nigeria's last chance. The people called the Igbos have already given up hope. Biafra is what we want. But when we saw Peter Obi and the quality and everything, the way Nigerians, we said, look, God knows why he brought out Peter Obi, and everybody united. So if they mess things up and the man didn't get what he wants, what I'm advising, because what El-Rufai is doing is flying a kite. They are ready, but are we ready? What El-Rufai is doing is that he wants to see if he can overrun anybody. I believe today, the people of Edo, the Bini, Isha, any ethnic group, I don't think they can hold their gun again to the head of an Igbo man, so that Igbo man will come back and be a Nigerian. Ichekiri won't, I know, Ibibio, Anang, they won't do that. Even the TV, they are tired. I don't think they will hold it. Yoruba, they won't try that anymore. They're already on their way out. Yinko Dumakis warned them when El-Rufai was doing all those in Jonathan. He said the coalition that gave rise to civil war to crush Igbo is no more, because they can't cooperate again. And that is, I can assure you of that. Now, why I'm saying this is that they feel that the oil belongs to them. I warned here one time that it is in their own interest that Nigeria should remain the way it is, one physical people, so that they can be enjoying whatever privilege they allocate to themselves. If they overplay their hand, like El-Rufai trying to do, if they overplayed your hand, that is, you are playing God. That is when you will know that, let me now see how you are going to march the army from Benue to come and be fighting Igbo man. Or maybe if tomorrow Yoruba raise their flag, Igbo man will go and be holding gun, Yoruba come back. It won't come back. So it is in the interest of El-Rufai to behave. Now, what options do we now have? The options are other ethnic groups in the country should get ready. Even if you are doing meeting when you don't mean it, that is deterrent. So that let him know that what you know, we know. They said, when you are equal, you negotiate. If you are stronger, you oppress. If you are weaker, you submit. So that is the battlefield rule. So what El-Rufai is doing, the best way to hold people like that, because if you are waiting for all these top northerners to condemn him, it's a lie. I bet you that maybe one or two people may say something. It's a lie. They are in cahoot. It's a plan. But they overplaying their hand, thinking that if only they can suppress Igbo, that the whole country is their own. It's a lie. That coalition that gave them that upper hand is no more there. So now, what I will advise any ethnic group to do, keep holding meeting, and then be saying your own, because that is when Nigeria, the real thing that will bring Nigeria unity the way we want it is when every party feels that what you have, I have it. Whatever you say, we're talking about whatever happens in Pakistan, even when Osama bin Laden was there, America was, they were careful. They don't want to bomb because Pakistan has got nuclear power. America has it. Iran, they are playing Iran, Iran, I think Iran is developing their own or whatever. North Korea has got it. India has got nuclear. UK has it. So when that is the real reason. So what El-Rufai is doing, the way to counter him, all these things, so that there will not be people telling you that we want to do. Is when you are having your own meeting, you are even announcing that, look, all this nonsense they are doing. So when he now finds out that, look, Ibibio people are even announcing and have a plan of their own, maybe waving flag, everybody is waving his own. El-Rufai those people, they will come down. Without it, they will just be talking nonsense. Imagine using religion. What is he trying to mean? We know where they're going. Some of us are having patience just for Obi to get the mandate and then start to repair Nigeria for the interest of the poor people are so much. But if they do all these as shenanigans, so maybe tomorrow they say the court is no more. You've been to court to say no, like they're holding in Nande. Now holding in Nande because of Nande knew all these secrets. So when we come here and we are explaining things like this, I know exactly where they are heading to. What El-Rufai is doing is not out of the blues. We know what they are planning. They don't care about the unity of the country. All they want is until either a Muslim is on top, and that Muslim must be a Fulani. Tinubu is Muslim enough. He's a Yoruba man, he's a Muslim. So why are they hitting up the polity for Tinubu that entered? Why? I thought they wanted a Muslim. They've gotten it. Is Tinubu not Muslim enough? So when they are playing all this game they are playing, let them know that that coalition that made them to stop Biafra, not really only them, but Britain and Russia and the Arab League led by Abdel Nasser's Egypt, when they stopped it, they said, that coalition is no more. This time is to attend to Israel. So that crude oil in Bayelsa that they are drilling may lose, because Bayelsa will go on their own. Even if they don't want to go, I mean, it won't be the same again. So that is the only way I will analyze the situation. As per what El-Rufai said, I mean, where we all know that the guy is a terrorist, so he's just condemnable. As simple as that. Sorry, I have to use the word. But
thank you, sir. Thank you, Augustine, for your submission. Before I will call on next, I want to tell Mr. Alex, when you are ready to leave, indicate that you can give your last submission. You are not saying a Nigerian day. So, but whenever you want to leave, just let us know. You give your quick submission before you go. But meanwhile, let me call
Mr. Elvis, sorry. I apologize, but I have to quickly say something. So I need to address the comments that Tunaija made on the platform. See, when you come on a platform and you're talking to different people and you're talking about for the people to perish, and for the people for everybody, all the terrible words that you spewed, because you claim to be for the people and fighting for the people, but you use the same words to destroy them with your mouth. So I'm withdrawing myself and everything about me from every statement that you made. And you don't even correct yourself. You don't apologize for it. You just say those horrible words.
Me too.
Directed at the people.
So when the prophets of the Bible says
excuse me,
it's
sir,
okay.
please, I need to but your words are terrible. You need to understand that. You're saying that the people would perish. Who are the people that will perish? You cannot say that. There's no if. There's no if when you are cursing with the same mouth you are using to fight for the people. It doesn't work like that. You have to stand on one side.
You have to spell out the consequences.
But you can. There are ways of saying it without cursing yourself in the process. There are ways you can say that, because when you say perish, remember you're also listed in that number.
Exactly.
You're also going to perish, and but for people like us who are not part of whatever it is that you're saying, it is an insult. It is a curse. When you say that, and there are other people on the platform, you have to caution yourself. So I withdraw myself and everything that has to do with that horrible comment that you made, and I withdraw everybody on the panel from the comment that you made. Let it come on you and your people. Yeah, because nobody is sure where you stand, whether you're on the right, whether you're on the left, we don't know. You're always talking from every side of your mouth. You say one thing here, say another thing tomorrow. Sir, excuse me, just stand one place. That's all I'm saying. Stand. There's no hate. You're the one who has the hate, because that's all you spew. Hate. That's all you spew. That's all you spew. Instead of you to stand and speak the truth to everybody to know, you will never stand on the truth. You're always standing on the part of the government. You're always supporting the people in power. You're always supporting the ruling party. You're always supporting the oppressors. Which side are you on? Stand one place. Let's know. Don't be coming covered up and coming to act like you're for the people. You are not fighting for the people. You are fighting for yourself. Where are you from? Tell us where you are from. You not go talk. You are not even proud of where you came from. You to say you're proud now, we go say, okay, he's very proud. You are not proud, because you are too ashamed to speak where you come from. It's not playing a game. You are playing a game with yourself. You are the one who is the most you are the one who is most tribalistic, because you're always fighting for the oppressors. That's why you're fighting with them. You're always standing on the side of the oppressors, always standing for the people who are milking our people. But yet you will come and you will speak from every side of your mouth. You will speak for the northern oligarchs. You will come and you talk for the southern oligarchs. Stand one place, my brother. It doesn't pay you to be going round and round about in circles, dancing around and around. Stay one place. Just stand. But we know it's okay. You are standing with the oppressors. That is what you need to do. Okay, it's not. I don't have anything personal about you, but what you stand for speaks volumes. I don't have anything personal about you. I don't have anything against you personally, but I'm against what you stand for. What you stand for is in error in every way possible. A few times you will say the truth, a few times you will speak the truth, but a lot of the times you don't. You do not. You're always standing. Sometimes you're wobbling. You're wobbling. You're not standing firm.
They don't want the truth to come out.
It's not about the truth. You don't have any truth to tell. You're always full of divided thoughts. Always divided. There's no need to ask because there's nothing. There's no need to ask because it's clear. It's obvious what you stand for.
See,
it's obvious.
I hope you are hearing now.
Stop saying our people. Speak for yourself. There's nobody on your side. Maybe one or two people.
Not under my watch. You will come and disrespect Nigerians. No.
You want to attack people.
No, for me.
Please.
You don't want to
you are divisive. You are divisive. You are very divisive.
Excuse me.
I can ask a simple question. Please. You can ask me a simple question.
Me,
you can have a simple conversation.
For me,
this thing that we do where we just
Naija, you don't think your voice is the loudest. You wait first. Also learn to wait.
You were the first.
Also learn to listen. Also learn to you attack back, but learn to also listen. I noticed that your likes always sneak into the platform when they notice that people like me or Madam Rita or Moya or CM are not on platform. But listen to Naija. I don't know how long you left the country. I don't know how disconnected you are from the reality. Listen, your siblings have not been kidnapped. Your siblings have not fallen victim for this X-Men rampaging. You don't understand, right?
How do you know?
A man came from America. When he was going back, his life was just taken by this X-Men. The news was everywhere. And many stories like that. Why not to think about the gravity of that governor's what's his name? El-Rufai's comments and how he can be arrested. Why not focus on that?
Mr. Alex.
Did you focus on that yourself? You didn't.
I did.
Okay. No. Even Blampata, you hold on. Sorry, you just coming in. And Alex and Naija, everybody stay mute. You know, I need to move on to Mr. Chris to talk to us, then go back to Patriotic Naija again. So, Mr. Chris, are you there to talk now?
Yes. Mr. Naija, sorry, just 1 second. You see, there's a problem. There's a gap in the whole issue. You see, when a fundamental state, the gap is that a fundamental statement has been made that brought down a panelist. I think that statement is either apology or you take the statement down. That will make the fuse not to break anymore.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, saying that everybody should perish and stuff like that. You should apologize for that.
I didn't say everybody should perish. I said if we carry on like this,
you have to apologize to Mr. Alex.
So
hold on. You made a fundamental statement concerning the person's status and profile. You have to understand that you have to apologize to Mr. Alex so that peace can reign. That's just
what did I say then?
You know me an instrument of El-Rufai. Although I gave back to you, I did not. Even if you don't apologize, I'm used to things like this.
If Naija apologize to Alex, Alex also need to apologize to Naija.
Of course, I'm not proud.
They disrespected themselves.
Yes.
So
I'm doing it for my people.
Okay,
I'm ready.
I'm sorry I'm sorry I called him an instrument of this thing. What was it? An instrument of what?
You're asking me what you said.
No, I'm asking because he's the one that went and watched it. I don't remember what I said.
Remember again, Mr. Alex. So it's possible.
Okay,
so
let me
apologize, please.
Let me on behalf of the voiceless and the poor people of Nigerians of Nigeria. of those that Malam El-Rufai wants to target and take their lives. I will apologize to you, but I will keep giving you fact for facts, fire for fire. Thank you.
Yes, anybody can give each other fact for fact and fire for fire without not insulting each others. So yeah, that's fine. Thank you very much, guys, for what you did. So let me quickly move on to Mr. Chris. Mr. Chris, thanks for your patience, sir. Talk to us.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, George. Thank you for the opportunity. Good evening, everybody in the panel. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, please. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, Mr. George, I'm sorry, even though everybody has been talking about this matter, but I just think this matter is so important that it's not going to go away. I'm still going to continue from where everybody stopped. I'm going to continue, going to call out to Nigeria for the first game he wanted to play on us today. Now, this matter is so important that since the first time you declared...
Mr. Chris, yes. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, we are not stopping anybody from talking about the topic. We only ask both of them to apologize to each other because they disrespected each others. So if you want to talk about what has been happening on the platform, of course you can. Thank you, sir.
Beautiful. Beautiful. You see, this matter, this particular statement that El-Rufai made, it's so important that since you declared this platform for Peter Obi's movement, this is the third time since last year, for over a year, that we have not spent almost all the night talking about Peter Obi. The first one was in Christmas wash nights. We discussed about marital issue. The second time again was in wash night of New Year. We discussed about marital issue. And the third time is today, where we discussed about Peter Obi for a short time and we came to El-Rufai's matter. And that's to tell you the gravity of the problem, of what he said. I'm very pleased that you rightly pointed out that Nigeria is too intelligent. He must have seen all this news somewhere. The news is all over the place. Even I wasn't searching for the news. It was just popping up everywhere. Anywhere you saw
Nigeria is a good researcher. I was only pretending. That's the only area I got angry about him, you know.
Yeah,
so
everywhere.
You see, that is, you know, that is not just completely unfair. Nigeria Watch, you are repeating something. You are maligning my reputation. That's what you are doing right now.
No,
and it's not fair. You don't have any evidence. And I'm telling you,
yes, I have. I have evidence. I have evidence.
What evidence do you have that I know?
Okay, then hold on. Let me tell you my evidence. The article was on screen for more than 3 hours, and you were commenting on the comment section for more than 30 minutes. Are you telling me you did not look at the screen?
Okay, 30 minutes. I looked at the screen. I told you I saw the article. Then I went and checked it. And I read 2 different articles just to be sure.
No, yeah, I said you saw it.
And I told you that, but you keep saying that I didn't. I pretend as if I didn't receive.
Mr. Nigel, let me clear the air. Let me clear the air.
You saw what I played and what I displayed on screen. But what I played, if you say you didn't see that, I cannot really display that.
I'm beginning to think
that I'm just clear the air for Nigeria? Can I clear the air for
I don't understand this.
Somebody was already talking before. Nigeria, your shouting cannot confuse us again.
Sorry, can I interject and clear the air? Can I interject and clear the air? Yeah. So that things be straight up. Mr. Niger Wash, Mr. CM, Mr. 2 Niger, and with one of our panelists were here yesterday night. Mr. 2 Niger, you contested when I brought the facts to the table yesterday concerning El-Rufai statement. You contested it.
Exactly.
I gave you an assignment to go and check it out. And it's all over the media. Yesterday night, it came out. And it's on Twitter, point blank. And if you just type El-Rufai, it will pop up. So you cannot tell us that you cannot tell us, or you want us to bring down the statement that you are lying to the panel and you are lying to the people you are speaking to.
You want to cover our voice.
I tell you, is my word not enough? Have I come here to lie about any topic
I know you are a good researcher. You normally bring things out within 2 seconds.
So, if I don't know, I don't know.
It was on my screen.
How will you know?
See, you think every day I just sit here and yesterday we were
Nigeria,
here
you
till
are
around
quick
4
to know
o'clock.
the fault of Nigerians, but you are not quick to know the fault of politicians.
So if I
Why?
say I don't know, you will not give me the benefit of that. You just accuse me of knowing and my life. That is unbelievable. That's just unbelievable.
Tunaja, for me, what I displayed on my screen, you saw it 100%, not even 99, 100%. It was there for 3 hours.
Yes,
3 hours.
and I said, please confirm that
but
what you are showing
from the beginning, you
correct.
didn't admit that you saw anything.
No. I admitted that I saw. You see, the video. You said what I saw the video that you played. I said I didn't see the video. If you have been, I saw that
anyway,
this is
on
Arise
the video. On the video, I cannot really blame you on that anyway. Anyway, let's.
I didn't see the Arise video.
Okay, that's fine. Mr. Chris, please go ahead. Please let guys, no interjection, let him speak.
Okay, I'll just take it up from where I stopped, and I'm just going to continue in this trajectory. As for me, no matter the denial, no matter the level of denial, I'll just continue as if I don't believe one single word from 2Naija. Just like Black Panther said, we were all here yesterday night, late in the night, and I was here when he told you to go and check on what El-Rufai said. I was here. So having said that, even with your denial, I think it should get to a stage where we should stop being ambivalent if we are talking, just like Omoyes Corner have said, because I like referring to everybody in the panel because I listen to everybody as a whole. Now, 2Naija, there's a very simple example I want to bring to your notice. How come when Nnamdi Kanu, when you hear statement from the likes of Nnamdi Kanu, you condemn Nnamdi Kanu, you don't try to stop people from feasting on what he has said. You call him out. You always said what he has said is wrong. You don't talk about the fact that people that are propagating what he has said, they are feasting on what he has said to bring down the country. But how come there are some group of people, for example, if the leadership, if they do something wrong, just like El-Rufai has said something now, now people are reacting. Now you turn around to blame the people for reacting, for feasting on what El-Rufai has said, and you left the person that said it alone. I know from the beginning you said if actually he said so, he should not hold any position. See, let me tell you 2Naija, that statement you made is just for face saving. Your real intention lied in what your follow-up discussion on the issue. Because how do I know your real intention? Even after saying that, you just said that less than 5 or 10 seconds. Then you went ahead to generalize. And now, let's get it clear. In times of controversy, in times of where strong opinions are needed, people that generalizes, they always have a second motive. This is no time to generalize. This is no time to say, oh, let's calm it down. Let's be together. Let's not set the nation ablaze. No. People don't just wake up and start talking about this thing. Every day we talk about politics here. This matter is so important. And you want to generalize, you want to blame the people that are reacting. Do you know the number of people that are being taken away every day in Kaduna, in Zamfara, in Nasarawa, in everywhere? Orchestrated by who? Orchestrated by this same person we are talking about. He's part and parcel of this game. It's just a representation of this game. Even if you didn't hear of this one, but you know he's at incident. You know how many villages, as at last count, this man has championed the demolition of over 120 villages in Kaduna, replacing the chiefs of those villages with Fulani men. On Christmas Eve, this man buried how many people are alive? How many people he buried? Mass burial for people in Kaduna. Even let's assume that the one that he said today, you didn't hear about this one. What about all that he has been doing? What about all? So the thing is that when people make general statements, their true intentions are not hard to see. And I've always told you many times, when you speak well, I tell you you've spoken well. But when you want to come with your, how will I put it now, with your, you try to be clever than everybody, I still tell you straight to your face. It is not people that are championing for one Nigeria. They are not the people that mean best for Nigeria. No, it doesn't mean you mean best for Nigeria. Is it because the thing has not affected you? You want to wait for it to affect you first before you know that these things are real? You keep blaming the people. You know, this has always been my problem. You keep talking about patriotism. It's not just only about El-Rufai. You blame the common man that they are not patriotic. How can they be patriotic to a nation that don't care about them? You heard what Nigeria Watch was saying, that when he went to the UK, they had him back in the hospital. They tried to do all forms of blood tests for him. This is a country that does not belong to him. His great grandfather did not fight for that country. And you blame the people of Nigeria for speaking up every time. And yesterday, when Nigeria Watch was also talking about, he played a video about Peter Obi, and there was a part that Peter Obi said that they should use innocent mottos. The people that died, the ones that are remaining will continue. You know, you picked up that particular statement and you lashed and you lashed and you lashed on it. That this is what you've been saying. People should be ready to make sacrifice. And I called to tell you that people have been making sacrifices. People are willing to make sacrifice for their country, but they need to be sure of the kind of leaders that they are willing to make that sacrifice for. And surprisingly, Peter Obi made the same clarification today. And Mr. Najawa played that video as if he was listening to us. And the man made the clarification. You can't tell people to be loyal to their country. You are a leader. You want the common people to be loyal. You shouldn't eat foreign food. But before anything, you fly abroad. Before anything, everything you are using is foreign. People that are not loyal to their country. Whereas you left the leaders alone. The people that keep selling us to the Western world, you leave them alone. You keep blaming the common man for their reaction. You keep blaming the common man for it's not going to take you anywhere. In the sense that you've already seen that everybody, nearly everybody, they've seen your true intentions. I've told you many times, you speak very intelligently. And for you to feign ignorance of certain things, you are just trying to belittle the intelligence of the people listening to you. Like I've said before, there's no way I'm ever going to accept that you are not aware of this El-Rufai's story. And I want to use this opportunity also to salute Mr. CM. I salute you, Mr. CM, because the level, the way you are so calm with some of these things. I know we are all Nigerians, we are all equally affected. But I can see the East, what they've done to the eastern part of the country. I'm sure if I was to come from the East, I would not be talking so calmly. Maybe you would have taken this thing to a different level. How else do you want people to call for peace? You've done everything to these people and they kept quiet, taking everything lying low. Look at Operation Python Dance. Look at everything. Look at your node. These people are taking everything lying low. The same thing applies to every region of the country. Somebody won election, you denied him victory. See, to Nigeria, do you think any Fulani man, for that matter, will achieve the kind of success Peter Obi achieved during that election? And they would dare do anything to seize the mandate. Now, I'm not trying to cause any division between Peter Obi and Obi Dati Ahmed. You will recall that the kind of things Dati Ahmed said, nobody from the East can dare say such things. Nobody. They would have picked up the person immediately. Nobody can try it. And that is how the country is. Those are the kind of things we've been talking about. Before you start, you continue to accuse people. You must understand where they are coming from. And I know you do understand where they are coming from. Look at the injustice going on in the country. I've always made this example every time. Even the Europe that every of us, if they give our kids the same opportunity, but in Nigeria, it's not like that. Children from the East, they must have to be 4-5 times better than children from every other part of the country before they can gain admission into schools. If the white man, that country you are in, whether it is UK or whatever, if they try it to your child there, what will you even say? Not to talk of things going on, those kind of things going on at home, and people are quiet. Are the people not patient enough? Are they not patient enough? How else do you want them to be patient? How else do you want them? So people are talking now. All you can say is that if we continue like this, we are all going to perish. And I just replied you that it is you are just talking about yourself. I reject that. So your expectation is that when these people come up with things like this, with this their divisive arguments, with this their unfair treatment, that people should keep quiet so that we don't burn the nation down. In an abusive marriage, you expect the person that has been abused to keep quiet so that the marriage will continue to be existing. For the benefit of who? If we really love this country, we have to change our ways. For the fact that you are preaching that, oh, let's not bond, it doesn't mean you love the nation more than the people that are speaking the truth, more than the people that are speaking truth to power. Now, can you tell me how many cases of these Fulani terrorists, how many of them do you know that is on trial? None of them. None of them. But what has been happening to the people in the East? What has been happening? Is this fair? So people should just keep quiet and they wouldn't talk, they wouldn't say anything. Before, we don't used to have these Fulani harassments. In my state, I'm from Edo State, for your information. Just like Alex has said, these people, they invaded our forest everywhere. Nowhere to go. They are raping women. See, no other region can dare try that in the north. The kind of things they do to us, nobody can dare try that. Okay, let's just even leave everything alone. The simple phone call that wasn't even verified, that was purported to have transpired between a somebody as important as Peter Obi, somebody that won a presidential election. Look at the way they took him to shreds in the social media everywhere. Now you have somebody like El-Rufai making this grievous statement, and you expect people to be quiet. When people reacted to a statement that we were not even sure of the authenticity of that statement. And even if we were sure, what was even really different from what did Peter Obi actually said in that statement? Let's even assume it was correct compared to what El-Rufai have said. Can't we see that some people are more equal? Some people are more equal than the others in this country. And it can't just continue. And for some of us, we are going to continue in this trajectory. Whether people like you like it or not, this is what we are going to continue doing. We are going to keep calling people out. Docility does not mean you love your country. You must speak up. You must speak up at every point in time. See, this generalization, everybody listening to me in the panel, in the comment section, everywhere, be very careful of people that generalizes. You go to where two people are fighting. Before I even say that, there is a word that Niger Watch always use. He keeps saying it the way it is. You see, that word is loaded. So you say it the way it is. You get to where two people are fighting. You just go there and tell them, stop fighting. Just love yourself, be playing. without listening and hearing what happened, without trying to find the root cause of that fight. All you are interested in is that they should just keep on. It's exactly the same thing we do in African marriages. You see a woman is being abused by a man in the marital home, the society just expect her to keep on with the man. They just want her to stay married, irrespective of what she's going through in the home. Nobody wants to listen to her. That's exactly the kind of marriage we are having in this country. Everybody just wants the rest of the country to remain married to the North, irrespective of what we are going through. The most important thing is unity. At whose cost? At what cost? We can't continue like this. And to Nigeria, people have seen through you. People have seen through you. And like a mirror, you should have also seen yourself. The good thing with a mirror is that you look at a mirror, it doesn't say anything. It will only show you who you are. That is what a mirror does. If you are wearing a black suit and you go to the mirror will show you are wearing a black suit. It is left for you to convince yourself that it's a white suit you are wearing.
Oga Chris, you see, you have another session again. Thank you very much for your time. You know, the only part I would like to quickly agree with you on your submission is the Igbo people, they are very, very calm. You started with Mr. CM. To be honest, beneath the talk and say,
yeah, I'm telling you.
You know, so it means
if Benima win election like this,
I need the translation, please.
Yeah, the meaning of that translation, Yahweh Bege, Ayaboyenede. See, the Benin people, they simply say, if you want to judge a matter, you think it to yourself. You think it's just like this. I'll ask you Nigeria a question. If you're God forbid,
see, Nigeria Watch, I've done something that I've never had to do on all the panels I've ever been to. Only our own fellow Nigerians accuse me of lying. And I've had to post my searches yesterday. You go to those links, search what I search, and see whether you find it.
Mr. Tunaja, from investigation,
because of what you have done. I've been to so many panels, nobody has ever accused me of lying.
Apology. Tunaja, I noticed you find it difficult to tender apologies.
You don't understand what I've said tonight.
No, listen.
Very clear.
You two have accused me of lying. So stop talking with forked tongue. All of you have accused me of lying.
Yeah, Tunaja, listen.
No,
I have told you clearly. I said there is no way. There's a difference between saying you have lied and saying I don't believe you. I said there is no way I can ever believe you.
So when I said that, something about this Alex being an instrument of the West, if he falls for the agenda, they made me apologize.
Don't rub this situation like that. He didn't say you are lying. Then listen to the statement. Don't
tender another apology.
He said that repeatedly.
Does he believe you?
What I said.
Are you a market
blind?
You have to apologize to me again. You just called me instrument again tonight. You have to apologize again.
If I said Nigeria Watch, I don't believe your report. What would Nigeria Watch tell me? If Nigeria Watch would say I'm accusing him of lying.
Did you hear
you have to apologize to me again now, please. Quick. Quick.
This is a joke. This is a joke. And this is playing with something that is very, very serious. But okay, this attitude protects us.
Tunaja,
apologize. I'm waiting.
Everybody hold on.
This is what kind of attitude is this?
I've never spoken. Let me speak
this is what we do now.
Tunaja, hold on, please. Let me speak. Everybody, hold on, please.
Just want to drag people down for the sake of it. This is unbelievable.
You wait now.
Off in mic now. Off in mic.
Nigeria is prompting me already that I'll have a different another section. Let me just now.
Let me speak. I beg everybody, please. Thank you. Tunaja, when you say everybody, it looks like you are very good. You derive comfort in generalization. Everybody. What I said.
Who came to my defense here? Who came to my defense when everybody was accusing me of, including you?
Hold on now. Hold on. That's what I want to address now. What I want to say is that the area that I disputed and I disagreed with you was when you said you didn't, see what I posted or what I played on my broadcast. So on the video, I could not really 100% dispute that. But on what I displayed, from the beginning, you didn't mention that. So I don't want us to continue to go back there, please. Like somebody said just now, you're not a woman. We are not in the market here. Anybody can accuse you today. Maybe tomorrow will also be your turn. So let them beat you anyhow today. No worry.
Yeah, but it's not fair. What I observe here is that people will
yes,
malign
you
me
beat
over
people.
and over again, and we allow them to malign me.
Guy,
No,
don't do now. Which one be your own self? We'll take out with you.
True Niger, you they beat people for you as well. You see Alex now they tell you not to make you apologize.
I wasn't talking about Alex. Alex came after me. This is what they do. The moment I open my mouth, I don't mention any of their names.
I didn't come after my brother. I came after your comments, not after you.
No,
I came after the
actually you came after me.
Okay,
the nonsense that was coming from your mouth.
Hold on now. Hold on. Not be even at all. Now patriotic
Mr. Nigeria has to apologize to me. Please, I'm waiting.
Can we go 2 and 2? If Alex is correct, let's go 2 and 2. Let him tell me how what he's doing is going to lead to a better future for our children.
I do not argue to win, my brother. I argue to learn and teach people.
That's why now I'm open to that. I'm open.
You are not the anchor man, no.
El-Rufai should be arrested. That's my point.
I will mute both of you by myself if you don't respect the rules, please. Both of you can argue that later, but I want everybody to have a share of this conversation first. So anybody with a beat today, but you guys can beat yourselves, but don't insult anybody. That's the only area. And both of you have apologized on that. So any other beating not can concern me. You understand? So that's why it is called panel. If you are happy, say it. If you are not happy, also let people know. We sort it out here. Nobody should take it home. All right. Thank you very much for your submission, everybody. I can see we still have our family members right there in the comment section. I agree to now we're done for the comment section. No, I see J.O. is there right there with us. J.O. is good to have you there.
I think the best on Niger Watch I think the best answer, in my own opinion, because I'm particular about what El-Rufai said, what he's planning is Islamization. He has made it known. Yes, he said that is in black. I mean, not in black and white. In clear terms, just to install what he believes.
But you are right. That's why when they said he needs to take it back, take what
I
back?
No, forget about take back. What you condition? The Igbo said that whatever a man planned that led to his death, he did not plan it in one day. So the thing is that what he's doing, we know. So the only way, because I believe sometimes there's a way you deter somebody to tell him that what he's trying to play high-tech politics. Tell him that is my own answer to him is that your Islamization is for your place. Me, I want to hoist my flag. So let him now know that it's not really a balance of terror, but let him know that what he's planning, I also have my own plan.
Okay.
I want to hoist my flag, my own. So let him be planning his own somewhere.
You will express that properly. Somebody is waiting to speak. I want to quickly let Tunaja know that Tunaja, please always stand for what is right. Many people believe you are not standing for what is right, but that is not really my business. My business is that you're not going against the rules of my platform, and you are not coming here to go against what I am fighting for. So if maybe you have ever come here to say Peter Obi cannot be hold on, please, hold on. I understand that your kind of your own ideology or I don't really know what you are fighting for. To be honest, for me, if you ask me, I don't know, because some people accuse you are APC. Some people said you are Labour Party. Somebody commented today now that it's not a Labour Party, it's APC. The other one said no, it's Labour Party.
Pick two of them. Pick two of the best minds here. Let them challenge what my ideology versus their own. Let's see where we'll get to. Pick two of the best minds here.
Mr. Tunaja.
Okay.
There's a saying in my place. Okay.
Hold on, Mr. Alex. The truth of the matter is, I don't know who the party you are supporting, but you've told me severally that you are standing for a better Nigeria.
I'm beyond parties. I don't care about parties.
Okay, good. So if you are beyond parties I want you to put more effort in attacking these satanic people
You see,
directly
like you
rather
said,
than
you are asking me
generalizing.
to be for parties again. I'm not care about parties. I
No,
care
no,
about the
that's not
survival
party.
of our people.
No. I
Yeah,
say satanic
you show
people.
your
Is that
color
party?
again. See?
Saying
You are talking.
if somebody
You
does
care about
something
the
wrong, like
party.
I condemn everybody that does everything wrong. I
That's
think
what I'm
what
saying.
people are mistaken is that they want me to do party. I'm not here
Not
to do
party.
party.
No.
I'm here.
You
I'm here to
are.
talk beyond party.
Tunaja, you are running more than your shadow.
You don't.
You are running more than your shadow.
You
Nobody
don't
is
really.
asking you
You
to do
don't really
that.
need to. Excuse me. Even Niger Watch said he's not interested in Labour Party, only Peter Obi.
Exactly.
That if Peter Obi tomorrow decide to quit Labour Party to one tiny unknown party, he said he will move his platform to follow Peter Obi.
Yes, me too.
So that
Me too.
so that tells you that he's interested in the character, not the
Exactly.
not
It's
the
not
crowd.
about party. I'm not interested.
Mine is not only about character. Mine is beyond that. It's not about one human
That's what I'm
being.
saying. As El-Rufai get public disgrace, so you'd have just focused on El-Rufai. You know, you jump into the everybody in the whole Nigeria, generalizing.
Everybody
those
else
ones.
did the same thing, but when they say they want to fight each other, you permit them to say
Mr.
that.
Niger,
When I say
I
the
think I have to
opposite,
come in
nobody
here.
permits me to say that. They say we should be fighting each other.
Mr. Tunaja, let me say something, please.
Hold on.
You see,
okay, I give you 30 seconds. Nobody
you
can
see,
give
you make when I'm going to make my statement, I'm just trying to interject now. When I'll quote everything you have said,
yeah,
all
exactly.
the past.
30 seconds.
See, when you make statement, they say look into the mirror. The mirror will not tell you lie. When you make some fundamental statement, I've been quoting it. When you make that statement, you don't look at yourself, you don't correct yourself. Then that means you are above every other thing. When a man sees something that is wrong in you and he tries to tell you that is wrong, you don't accuse that man of hating you. But the man loves you. That's why he's telling you that what you are doing is contrary to what is on ground. So you just take it
only
as
thing
a
you
man.
have corrected me on is insult, not any of the issues. You've never dealt with me on any issues, and that's what they don't do. They attack me personally and say I've insulted them. And twice, Black Panther has made me apologize for insults, not for
and
topics
also,
that are even more important. Personality is what we do.
Other people also apologize. Alex apologized to you today. Say things how it is, please.
He spends a lot of time just listening to what I say so that he can say I insulted somebody.
No.
And what I said technically wasn't even an insult.
Both of you apologize to each other. That's it. Okay, let me move on to Black.
Can I make my contribution now?
No, not yet, sir. Not yet. I called you earlier on. I'm sure you were not there. I'll come back to you. Patriotic Niger, please talk to us. Thank you very much for your patience.
Oh my goodness, this is awesome, but a little sad, but it is good. So, you know that the people who are holding us hostage are very few. It's just less than 1,000 people. We can easily control those people. I can understand what True Niger is saying, but sometimes you might be saying calm. You want to say calm, but just the tone you're using to deliver it. So, my brother, I'm not trying to condemn you. I think you have a good point. I think I'm almost on the same line with you. Why do I say that? If you want to say to people, because of all the things going on, we need to go fight, do we have the wherewithal? Do we have the ammunition? The Biafrans, the Igbos, were agitating because of 1966 pogrom. Ojukunyanyebe, Iwe there, meaning give us gun. And these university students from Nsukka, they perished. We have to strategize. We have to strategize properly and say, no, if we're going to stay together, because they said that there's power in number. The British have this policy of divide and rule. They're using people like El-Rufai to play the tribe, the religious cards on us. And we're allowing them.
Exactly.
We shouldn't. Let me finish, sir, with all due respect. We shouldn't allow them. Because as we allow them and we disintegrate, it's not going to end there. They're going to come down to that part of the West and tell you, hey, there's a difference between your kind of Yoruba, and the other tribe. And they come to the Igbos and they say, oh, the Igbos, the Biafran, they're not Bayelsa, and they're going to keep on doing that to us. So it's up to us to say, we stand firm, but we're not going to let these people. And when I say these people, they're not even up to 1,000 people in Nigeria that is holding us hostage. And it's up to us to come together. And when you're saying, I'm standing firm, that doesn't mean you're going to let your hand and say, oh, just come and kill me. No, I agree with Alex. You need to protect yourself. In my town, we are building a security because my town is very close to the north. And our people are, the Fulanis are dealing with us. And we're protecting ourselves. We're building a security post to protect ourselves. We can't just fold our hands, but we're not going to let these people disseminate us. We're then not going to disintegrate us. If you tell an Igbo person to come and shoot a gun now and fight, I bet you it's going to be difficult. But we can go ahead and say, no, come together. The Middle Belt, the South-South, the Southeast, the West, the true Nigerians, we saw it in the last election. The progressives came together. Just because you're coming together doesn't mean you're not going to protect your home. Coming together doesn't mean you're going to just shut your eyes and say, oh, come and slap me and I turn the other cheek. No, you can fight and live to fight, and you can live and fight to live another day. Let me not misquote myself. But we can do things without disintegrating this country because that's what they want. They want to divide us because why? There's in the northern a middle belt, there's a mineral they discovered there. And they want to have that organized chaos in Nigeria so that they keep on mining it. But if we have somebody like Peter Obi, by the grace of God, come in and take the mandate. Get everybody together. Can you imagine the powerhouse Nigeria would be? But if we keep on talking about disintegration, that's what they want to hear. They started that in 2015, and they even surprised that Nigeria is still standing. So let me finish, sir. So they're still surprised Nigeria is standing, but I believe we can get a strong Nigeria, and like Nelson Mandela said, until Nigeria stands firm, no Africa will stand firm. And if they disintegrate Nigeria, just like they did with the scramble and partition of West Africa, they keep on disintegrating us, dividing us, we'll just keep on living in bondage, God forbid. But please, my brothers and sisters, it's so painful that a beautiful country like Nigeria is being ruled and controlled by just a very few. But why can't we just cage these people? It's so easy. It's so easy.
My dear sister, see, I disagree.
My God, I feel like crying.
As
a principle, listen.
Fight each other.
Listen, please, tonight, don't just get me worked up, please. Just for God's sake, for your own sanity and mine. See, I disagree on the principle that the British are using El-Rufai. It's a lie. The Fulani, they have their own expansionist agenda right from time. They will always tell you that it's the British that stopped them from marching to the sea in 1804. So they are continuing it. That is a basic fact everybody should get to know. Now, secondly, I desire unity. In fact, let the whole of Africa be united. But under what terms? That's what people have been saying. You cannot be saying because we want to be united, El-Rufai will be rubbing it on just. Nnamdi Kanu has not said a little of what he heard. Nnamdi Kanu was asking for. Okay, let me just leave Nnamdi Kanu out of the question. Can I tomorrow, me, in Nigeria, said just 1/10 of what El-Rufai said?
Can I ask
you? Listen, it can never happen. Because this idea of because we want to be unity, it can't be at all cost. It can never be. It can never be at all cost.
Agree with you.
The coming of Peter Obi was just like a referendum of the poor people. They said, look, Haruna Goro, don't worry. Niger Watch, we invite Haruna Goro. He will explain this, El-Rufai this thing. We have him here one day. See, Haruna Goro explained that this is they in the north said no way again with their people. They want they want somebody like Peter Obi to come and give to them the type of government they've not received from their own leaders. Now that is what we want, but it's not at all cost. That's why I said Peter Obi is Nigeria's last chance. I can never say because I want to. Yoruba man say because I want to chop meat, I will say Maluna, my brother. I can't do that because I want to be united. Then I will be subservient. I can't do that.
Sir,
It can never be. It can never. Listen. Forget about you. That is. I can tell you I'm not, because I have to fight my way out. It's only when people like you will now tell me that I shouldn't go anywhere. That's what I'm saying. I need unity. Yes, hang on. I need unity, quite all right. But it cannot be unity of the donkey and the donkey rider according to Nahoro. You can't come and do that. That is what El-Rufai. Listen. That is what El-Rufai wants, and that is why I said the bulwark against El-Rufai. I said it here is that we know where he's heading to. You will first of all tell him that, look, that thing you are doing, this is my own here. I'm going away. So let me now know why, if Igbo man want to go away, Yoruba man will come and put gun. That is the thing now, because no, that I can never be. Unity cannot be at the beck and call of the other person.
Entire North. Don't you get that?
Excuse me, too, can I ask you a question, please? I understand what you're saying, but that's not my point. Is not that you're going to fold your hands and wait for somebody. Please let me finish and be subservient. Far from it. What I'm saying is that if we keep on dividing ourselves and we keep on going little by in numbers, that's going to give them upper hand. You know that these people in the oligarchy, how did they get their power? Their powers are not from within. Their powers are from outside. So these people who are supporting them.
Can I interject there? You are making a wrong statement. Can I interject?
I don't know.
Can I interject? Madam.
You are being contradictory. You are being contradictory.
You are saying that we should fight each other.
I'm
saying that you isolate.
Can you wait? Let other people talk now, please. Let's one at a time.
Let me say this.
Hello,
let me say this. I'm interjecting this, madam.
When it gets to your turn, you will speak. Please, when everybody is talking like this, it's not working. Patriotic Nigeria, please round up.
Okay, thank you very much. What I'm saying is that if it's okay to protect yourself, we're all for it. But what I'm saying, like you said, raise your flag and say, I want to be on my own, Biafra, Oduduwa, and all, that's all well. But what I'm saying, why don't we all use that power, that energy to fight those little people?
That is what we are doing. That's why we brought out Obi. That is the power. That's why we gave Obi the power. But if they frustrate Obi, then I go my way. And what about that? Okay. Haven't I tried? Haven't I? Listen.
Like South Sudan.
It doesn't forget about South Sudan. Don't bring that.
Just trying to see. It's a fact. South Sudan is fighting itself right now.
What about Deborah was taken out and nothing happened? Deborah was taken out.
Come on, you have to isolate these people. This is how nations.
To Niger, Deborah was taken out. Nothing happened by APC.
To do the right thing, not by forming tribalism and
religious. Deborah was taken out. Nothing happened. What about that under this government?
Mr. Alex, 1 second, please. Sorry, somebody was trying to. Please, let's give other people a chance. I think it was Mr. Chris or that was trying to interject. You can go ahead quickly, sir.
Okay. You can see when I talk about, I'm coming to patriotic Nigeria. When I talk about two Nigeria's ambivalence, I'm very, very sure of what I'm saying. Two Nigeria always give example with South Sudan. Do you know why? Because it was South Sudan that decided to leave Sudan. You understand? Just like the
Don't make it very long. Make sharp, quick points so that I can counter
let me
it.
Finish now. You will never allow somebody to finish.
You go on for 5 minutes.
Allow him to talk. Allow him.
He's always talking about. See, any person can go and play back the previous videos. He's always talking about South Sudan. because it was South Sudan that
Somalia.
left Sudan, just like Biafra is trying to leave Nigeria. But he forgot that even the Sudan that is left, the Sudanese, they are also having their own problem. Having said that, patriotic Niger,
yes, sir.
Yes, what we are talking about, you have to get this thing very clear. The Nigeria that the British left for you is better than the Nigeria we have today. The Nigeria that the British left for you, they left powers in every region. They gave every region the ability to develop at their own pace. That is the Nigeria they left for you. They allowed the West to develop, the East and the North. So it's not just about the British, the British, the British, the British. No, they left a better Nigeria for you.
Okay, the British are
Now,
brilliant. Good.
wait, let me finish.
Naija, please, can you stop interjecting? We're all here to listen.
He's able to interject with people.
But you keep intercepting when he's trying to make a statement.
Oh, he made a point about me. I'm not allowed to reply.
But you will respond later. Just let him land. We're all adults now. Please.
Okay, let's do that now. Good. Let him finish.
Patriotic Nigeria, you can see we all love Nigeria. That is why when they asked us to go and get our voters card, we did. When they asked us to go and collect, we collected despite the stress that we have to go through. When they asked us to go and vote, we voted. When they declared a fake election result, we didn't hit the streets. We used the proper channel. We didn't protest. And that's what people are still saying today. If we had protested that result, maybe it would have led to a different outcome. Now, after doing all those, instead of them to upload the proper result, you see what they did. It's there in the open. After that, we went to court and they asked us to wait, to be patient. Now, INEC and the government, they refused to give our team the proper access to those election materials, and we remained calm. All the cases we presented before the court, they kept delaying those cases, and we remained calm. Now, the question is that for how long is it going to continue? And what about in the face of all these evidences, and they still went ahead to deny Peter Obi victory? So what's going to happen? So the summary is that Nigerians have been patient enough. Because the way we say this thing, it looks as if maybe, we are just, let's bring it down. No, we have tried everything we need to do. We have tried everything. See, there's no country that you wake up overnight, the price of essential commodities, the price of, for example, petrol will just jump, skyrocket by how many percent? And the people are still there. The people are there trying to do what they can do. So people that are talking, at what stage are we going to say enough is enough?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chris.
Yeah.
Let me quickly, because I think Black Panther wanted to interject before you, but Black Panther, please, can you quickly say what you want to say, and I'll come back to Niger.
I have not made my submission, but I want to say this. You see,
you wanted to interject, so I'm allowing you to interject quickly.
Yes, when we keep on saying we are divided, we are divided, we are divided, our statement goes far. Nigerians have decided to come together. That is why you see Peter Obi coming out, and we are going all out to make that possible. So when we keep on preaching that to the public, what else do you want to give to them? What else? Anytime we come here, some of us are behaving as if they are more Nigerian than the other. Meanwhile, I can bet my money here, some Nigerians have not even tested what the effect of the damages that has emanated from these Glancoian leaders that you are seeing. You have never tasted it. If a lot of us bring our story down here to Nigeria, you will not be able to speak. Because I have faced it, a lot of us have faced it. And when we are talking from the depth of our heart, you cannot continue to say, you want us to divide. Look, great countries of the world have divided. They've gone their separate way. and they are surviving and they are doing well. So I don't see where you have gone around the whole tenets of having a country together and they refuse that bonding. And you now decided to separate and you are crying, oh, let's come together. All the things that a country needed to use to come together, we have done everything humanly possible. Even we have called for a constitutional review. You said no. What do you want? You want your country to be able to die? No.
Okay, Mr. Black Panther, thank you very much. Let me quickly call 1 second, please. Yeah, please, 1 second. Patriotic Nigeria. Let Nigeria come in first. Hold the thought for a second, because Nigeria has been trying to interject for the longest time. So, Mr. Nigeria, please, quickly, so I can come back to Madam Patricia and then.
Yeah, thank you. At least you are trying to keep it organized. See, the truth is, if we keep falling for the same things where we are told, oh, this guy wants to dominate you. Yes, maybe they actually have that intention. So do some Southerners want to dominate each other. Some Southeasterners believe that the South belongs to them. Some Yorubas believe that, some do. You can say that all you want, some do. And see, okay, fine. Yeah, I can show you evidence even on the internet. And some Southwesterners believe that some territories they need. Every group seems to have expansionist agenda. I've spoken to East Africans; they say the same, similar kind of
Mr.
talk.
CM, please, can you mute yourself? I'll come to you. Wait. Black Panther, I beg. Let Nigeria finish then, please. I beg. Before I come to Madam Patriotic Nigeria, go ahead, finish up.
Every group believes that. Every group believes to an extent that.
Can I make my comment after Nigeria, please?
Who am I? Who spoke?
It's AJ.
Okay, AJ, yeah, after Nigeria, really cool. You haven't said anything. That's true. Sorry, guys. Okay, go ahead. Wrap up really quick.
My main point is that when you fall for somebody's agenda that is meant to undermine our society, when the greatest enemy we have is instability, wars, confusion, and all this stuff, that is it. Who will come and invest in that land that is full of people that believe in this type of things? Nobody will go near it. What is that going to do for your children? What is that doing for your women? What is that doing for your heritage? Other people are just going to come and inherit it, like they've already done. They just give us a little bit of a break, and every chance we get, we want to turn on each other. It's a very logical thing. It's obvious. We know this. They are not hiding it. And we still insist on falling for it. And I know why. Because human beings are very easy to divide. I've said it. I've even played a video of how easy human beings are easy to divide by just using one page. And if you don't know how easily you can be manipulated with division, then maybe that's why we keep falling for it.
Okay, thank
you have to maintain this. You have to maintain discipline, and that discipline is a mercy.
Okay,
just maintain discipline and work with people, like-minded people to defeat this
thank you. Let me come to the next person. Thank you. You go get another opportunity. Mr. AJ, please, can you give us your thoughts really quick?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, AJ hasn't said anything, Madam Patriotic Nigeria. Yeah. I'm sorry, I had to come to him really quickly. AJ, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. I'll make it as brief as possible. For me, I come to the platform aside from coming to share my views and opinions on issues that affect our lives as Nigerians. More importantly, I come to get informed, educated, and also to listen. And I believe that is the only way my time can be productive. On the subject matter, and the comment made by Niger, you see, one thing for me is that you can be a contrarian, but it's not just to be a contrarian for the sake of being a contrarian, just to come to take an opposite view of issues. It's not just for the sake of it. That's what I've noticed over the last, for me on this platform, the few times I've spent on this platform, is that I noticed that most of the time you take contrary view, which is a contrary. It's good to be a contrarian. is very good, but it has to be constructive. The issue I have with most of your position is that you take your you want to take that contrarian position, but many a times, for me, they are not constructive. If it is an ideology that you have, fine. That ideology must be clear. Your ideology must be clear. But for me, it's not clear.
Okay.
That ideology is not clear. On the issue of because there is at least we all know what is called constructive criticism. You can come up with constructive criticism that will benefit everyone, and we all learn and get educated, informed, and then we move on. But not just to be a contrarian at all times on all issues. That's my issue. But with respect to, I just want to comment on Islamization. People like El-Rufai don't just wake up one morning and make that kind of statement that he made. It's an agenda. That's why I was so infuriated this morning. I can't even describe it by the comment made by the analyst, the Arise analyst, the likes of Abati and the other guy, that El-Rufai should take back, that he will take back that El-Rufai should take back the statement, as if once El-Rufai comes out and take back the statement, that will do, and it will all be over, and everyone will just move on. It is an agenda. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
For crying out loud, this is
all
an
right.
agenda.
All right, sir. I'll come back to you, please. Okay. Just wrap that thought up really quickly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's it. So Islamization is a process. It's a process, and I strongly believe that they are now approaching the climax of the agenda. So we must stand ready not to allow that to happen.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Madam Patriotic Nigeria, you may speak now really quickly.
Okay, all right, thank you quickly. I still stand up by what I said before. United we stand, divided we fall. Some people might say, oh, you can't just stand at all costs. We can stand and push back those people. Why do you think United States of America went to war for this when the British people wanted to divide them?
Let's be careful with the word W. Let's use another word.
Why did they have revolution when they wanted to divide them? They didn't want that because they need the numbers. So they came together, the North and the South, they fought, and then they went to revolution. And then what happened? They stood together because they knew the importance of being together. United Kingdom, they also tried to divide themselves. Scotland, till today, they couldn't because they understand the importance of number. But then when we do that and come together, please, coming together doesn't mean you play the fool's hardy. No, you come together and push back on the ills of the society. People like El-Rufai, as I said before, their power, them being emboldened by some other people outside of the shores. I bet you, if we divide ourselves, they're going to find another reason to make us divide ourselves, to fight each other. And it continues and continues unless we come together and say, enough is enough, just like we did in the last election, and push back on those people and hold step firm and say to ourselves, our country is ours. We've been here since, let's say, independence since 1960. It's a marriage that has been shaky, but we've come so far. We are not going to allow these people push us to the ocean. Rather, we will push them. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay. Oga CM, you wanted to say something?
Yes, I want to say something. First, just to tell to Niger, expansionist. The Igbo civilization to which I belong, we have no expansionist agenda. We are more of Republican. I can bet you go and check Igbo history. We don't expand to anywhere. We don't expand, conquer. The only people I know in Nigeria today, I don't know of Bini, whether Bini has expansionist or Ijo or Urobo, Ichekiri or maybe Nupe TV. I know of Fulani. They don't hide it. They have expansionist agenda. That's what they call. Igbo is not associated with that. That's one. Secondly, this idea or this notion of every time they want to tear ourselves apart, or maybe we break ourselves together, South Sudan. All those
Igbos
ones
did
are
not
just
throw flour
listen.
next to Benin. You know that,
Mr.
don't you?
Tunaija, please, can you mute?
Please hold on.
Please.
Please hold on. So all this boogaboo of every time this and this and see, listen. The human spirit. I use Eritrea for example. They agreed to go. Probably today Eritrea is suffering more than any other country in the world. But are they complaining to Ethiopia that they want to come back? Are they not sorting it out themselves? You see, when you are in a marriage that is hurting you and you leave, whatever you see, you take. As long as you make up your decision. The issue of somebody who said about Scotland. Scotland had a referendum. It failed, 45 to 55. They lost. That's fair. Try that referendum in Nigeria. If you lose, you remain. They tried it in Canada. It failed for the Quebec. That's okay. It's a normal human system. They tried a referendum in Nigeria. They got Midwest region. They tried referendum in Nigeria. They got Southern Cameroon, the Western Cameroon. They left. So what we want is we don't want a war. That's what we are saying. Nobody likes a human confrontation. But somebody cannot, because of human confrontation, you tell me that when we when we go apart, we continue going apart. It's a lie. Going further afield, what of Yugoslavia? 7 different countries. Are they regretting? Are they telling you, oh, we want to get back? Okay, they went to war. Czechoslovakia was overnight. Czechs and Slovakia, 10 and 15, 10 million, 5 million. They didn't fight a war. That was 1991. They woke up, they said, look, this is not working. They went their separate ways. Are they not living? What matters is the happiness. And then people will, okay, if Czechs is 10 million, Slovakia is 5, who is invading them? Is America invading them because they are small? Is China invading them? You see, there are so many. So you know, listen now. Okay, Eritrea, who is invading Eritrea? Are they not out of Ethiopia? Are they not out of Ethiopia? Who has invaded Eritrea? You know, this idea that when you are small, they pick you up. Benin Republic, what is the population? Who is invading Benin Republic? Togo, who is invading Togo?
Do they have the resources? Do they have the natural resources?
Forget about resources.
They didn't
resources
break.
what? Resources what? Whether you break, you didn't break. Your population is your population. Who is invading them? Because people, there are certain unorthodoxies people have to challenge. It's not every time they bring a boogaboo of a. If you
they don't need
small,
to invade them. They're already controlling them.
Wait now, to Naija. Wait, why you they stubborn like this? God.
So,
Mr. CM, please wrap up.
Yes, what I'm saying, so that the only thing I want to make people know is that, is it Ethiopia because of what they are going? They said in their article, in their constitution, Article 39, they put it there that any region that doesn't want to remain part of Ethiopia, let them indicate, they conduct referendum for the majority, say let them go. That's a human nature. So the idea that feudal system in the north and republicanism can never coexist. It has never happened in history. I don't know of any other person. So when we find out that, that's why when we say that in Nigeria, when you have a problem, there's a way Fulani with their feudal system will approach it. Igbo man with his republicanism will approach it different way. Different value system, different civilization. Britain forced us together. In fact, I will bring that article written by the people that are helped to form couple Nigeria together. The man was regretting. To Nigeria, I promise you, Nigeria Watch, I promise I will bring it. Published in the Times. When Nigeria was going through, they said they made a mistake. They wanted to experiment to see if people of diverse group can come together. But they found out that they made a mistake. They shouldn't have tried it at independence. So when we find it difficult, what people should be saying is that if you want to leave, did you think it through? Not to tell people that when you invade people, the people will invade you. If you go small, you become small, you become, and so what? Happiness is what matters. Some women will be in a marriage, it's hurting them. When they are single, they tell that, look, my happiness is what matters. Whether I have a child or not, or this is okay for me. And you see them making progress. We've seen it. Some may go out and they are regretting, but it's up to them. But let it be your choice. We cannot live in a country in which, because we want to be united, then we have to swallow everything. Look at the condition Igbo man is reduced. Now, we are operating different conditions for Igbo man, different standard.
Right.
At the age of 10, 11, then you give Igbo man, this is what you have to satisfy before you be a Nigerian. Like any other Nigerian within the context of Nigeria. How can we be talking of all this bugaboo? Please, let's just eschew it. Referendum is the way out.
Okay. Mr. CM, thank you very much. I just want to add something really quickly, right? So for me, the so-called British people are the ones who amalgamated. They joined everybody together. Okay. They knew the differences that we all had. See, we will not even, the funny thing is we won't be having this conversation if everybody was living peacefully. If there was light, there was water, people could do their business without people interfering. We will not even be having this conversation, right? I'm all for unity. But what we've seen so far is that those same people, the very few people at the very top, using the vulnerable amongst us, have caused so much division. It's rooted. It's very difficult for you to try and right now, okay, we're all trying to come together. How many of us are really coming together for real? I mean, we're having these very serious conversations. We don't know how much of a serious conversation is going on in the north, for instance, or in the maybe the middle belt. Maybe they would hear us and they hear what we're saying. So when we talk about coming together, there's a lot that needs to go in. And when a particular section of the country feels like they have all the power and they're enjoying all of it, let me tell you guys, I see some TikTok videos from the north, and these people are celebrating. What they're celebrating, saying it is their own that is there, that they're still in power. That's what they're saying. That's what is going on. TikTok is blowing up in the north with people from the north celebrating that their people are in, that officially it's an Islamic state. So what are we saying? We cannot tell you cannot beat a child and teach that child how to cry. We've been in a very dysfunctional relationship for a long time. If we can come together genuinely, all of us speaking with one voice and saying we are tired, we're done with this, we push back, I'm all for it. But if this union coming together is even causing more pain, more angst, every day people are being decimated. These are people's families. This is someone's father, mother, children. What are we saying? If that kind of thing is happening, how do you preach unity in the face of such destruction? Meaning villages are literally being razed to nothing. There are tribes that do not exist anymore in certain parts of the country because of this evil. We need to start facing reality. If we can come together, I'm all for it, because I believe strongly in one Nigeria. I really do, because I love everybody. I've been to Jos. I grew up a little bit in Jos as a child. I've been to almost every part of Nigeria, and I loved every bit of it. But if we keep going back and forth and we're not making any headway, doesn't it make sense for everybody to enter their father's house? So I get it, but I mean, for me personally, whatever will bring joy and some level of peace to people, that is what I'm clamoring for right now.
Can I have my 5? I want to have
go
my
ahead,
5
have
minutes.
your 5 minutes now.
Go on it. You see, you all are going back and forth. You see, when we started our submission, that was last week. If you all could go back, I used to ask myself, what does most of us really want? How do we want the nation itself to be a nation, that we are not divided? I used to point out this word, that in our diversity, there is beauty in our diversity, and there is strength in our diversity. And there are fundamental things that can quench this problem of tribalism, religion, and so on. But we, the panelists, refuse to go and dig out the ethics and the fundamentals that brings up a nation. We refuse to argue on that fact. But all we are saying, oh, we need to have a strong army, we need to do something, we need to have a good economy. If you don't have your fundamentals intact and the pillar that holds the nation, generally, it's all the same, and we don't have that thing intact, you will continue to have what we are having now. A lot of our leaders have preferred solution, but we don't care to go to that solution. Rather, we are afraid of that solution. Mr. CN just made mention of a lot of referendums came up and it fails. Some came up and it went through. There were no war, there were no fight. But we that are patriots, we are not even asking referendum first now. We are saying, let's come together and talk to ourselves. What do we need? What do we want? What is the definition of Nigeria? Who is a citizen? Because I can say you're a citizen, but I'll deprive you of so many rights. That is no citizenship. If you look at it, the submission of CN, it says, or one of our panelists said, the British gave us what will even make us grow. But we said it's not working. Who said it's not working? It is the same people that are depriving you, that are dividing you, that gave you that option that said it is not working. You own the sovereignty to your nation, but you have not used your sovereignty to call for us to come together to talk as a nation and prefer a solution. People are saying, if we come together, who say you would divide? Who is saying, are you a soothsayer? No. Have you experienced it before? No. Have you seen it before? No. Why are you postulating that we are going to divide? For you to have a formidable country, there is the first thing you will do, you will come together and agree on a formula. And when you agree on the formula,
you have 1 minute.
From that position, that formula you agree will build up the structure that no man can break. Even when you try to break it, it will act against you and put you under lock. But Nigeria don't have it. So I begin to wonder what many of us is calling, should we continue to build upon the premises that doesn't hold water? You said you should build army. You said we should come together. You talk about Sudan. You talk about Sudan. Sudan is even far from being called a developing nation or a third world. Let's come together and talk about Sudan. It's far from it. Go and read the history of Sudan. And one thing about this issue that we don't know, I want all of you to go and research on who the Sunni are, who the Sunni people are, and who the other people. I've forgotten the other names.
Your time is up, sir.
We should, I'm sorry, let me land this. This is what we need to do as a people, because we are arguing about El-Rufai and this other person. Go and find out the Iranian, what they believe in. Go and find out the Saudi, and go and find out what other Muslims believe in, and come to a round table and tell us, can it work?
Okay.
Thank you.
Your time is up, sir. Thank you very much. Mr. Takoma, are you there with us? I think Mr. Takoma. Okay. Let me come to Tunisia. Tunisia, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad that this is beginning
To Nigeria again. I'm here.
Oh, sorry, to
okay,
Nigeria.
Alex.
Sorry. Yeah, Alex has been quiet.
I
I
feeling
just
bad
say you
for
don't sleep,
Alex.
oh, Mr. Alex. Sorry, not verse. Mr. Alex, please talk to us. Evan, whoa, where we? Oh, yeah, talk.
Number one, rig me, INEC. Peter Obi has been a blessing to everybody, both enemies and friends. The northern Fulani oligarchy like El-Rufai and his likes, they should thank their stars. He's not a Benin man that won election like this clean and clear. They should thank their stars. We may be small as a state. They decided we are a very big land stretching to River State, stretching to present day Togo and Benin Republic. So we may be small as a state, but they know we know what to do. They know we know. That's why they don't joke with us. So I thank Peter Obi for his calmness, and I thank the Easterners too for their calmness. Because this nonsense, upon all the rigging, the bigotry that took place, El-Rufai said nothing about those things. The burning of churches, sniffing out of lives, of people's lives, broad daylight. You say a woman who was stabbed on her face, El-Rufai will not comment on that. He's telling us that they will continue to dominate for the next 20 years. Muslim ticket. That they know what to do to Peter Obi. They have his medicine. Go and watch that video. It's so inciting. If this was said by an Eastern person, people like Tunaja, we say pick him up, crucify him, away with him, crucify him, like they did to Nadekanu, crucify him, away with him. He caused people's death. He caused people's this. I take my statement back according to the new platform rules. But look at what he has said now. You leave his comment, you leave the man alone, you tell Nigerians to be civil, not to tear the country. Is the country not torn already? The country is torn, where they have a Sharia law in one side, they have a Nigerian constitution on the other side. If Sharia law, or we have Ogun law in those states, we have Komami water law in Delta State. This is a riverine area and rivers. I know you people will be shouting, how will you be operating another law in a federation, in a country with sovereignty? But you will not quote your English with the Sharia law operation in the north. You will not. And they still take from the monies. They say we are infidels, but they collect all your money from infidel land. They collect taxes from infidel land in Edo State. They call us infidel. You see the double hypocrisy. You see this cacophony or cataclysm of hypocrisy from these guys. It's alarming. And some of us are their surrogates. We have a way of shifting the blame to the citizens. Quoting South Sudan, quoting whatever, when we know that it's a different scenario entirely. A certain part of the country want to continue to lord it over citizens. You are not reminding me not to tear it apart. Deborah was, her life was taken. You will not talk about the quietness of the northern oligarchy because it happened in Sokoto. You will not discuss that. You will brush it. You just condemn. I condemn it. Finish. I condemn it. It's condemnable. Finish. Then you will not emphasize the role of the city, the parents of Deborah to be civil, not to behave like South Sudan, right? To be quiet. How would they do that? Britain is using them. America is twisting them. You see our nonsensical and non sequitur argument. I mean, it's bewildering. I'm just overwhelmed sometimes the way we talk, looking at the level of exposure we claim to have. Will this happen in Britain? Will this happen in Britain? In 2001, a 14-year-old boy was accidentally shot by a policeman in Greece. September or so. Since 2001, every September on that date, the whole country is shut down. Students come out and they block the country in protest against police brutality. Till now, go and fact check me. But when we do that in Nigeria, you are shutting down the economy. Oh, South Sudan. Oh, North Sudan. You see, I hope our daughters are not the next victims, because what goes around comes around. When you throw a stone into the market, you'll be surprised it's going to hit your mom or your sister. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alex. We appreciate you. To Nigeria, you wanted to say something. Go ahead.
This South Sudan and North Sudan thing that they are acting as if is a benign cautionary tale. It's really strange how people can just ignore it. We act as if we don't know. We are not Oyibo people. If we do things like they say, use your tongue to count the number of teeth in your mouth. Whatever you think you're going to do, you are not going to reap the outcome. Your people are just going to suffer more. This is why my approach has always been change the stuff peacefully. The way this thing, people like El-Rufai, they are traitors to the land and to their own heritage, because they would rather you cause fight in our own country for another man's religion. This is what they do. You need to align with people that are like-minded, and we need to bring these people down. Madam Patricia already said it, that these people are not that many. For how many people you want to tear the entire nation up? Millions of people suffering.
So how do you take care of those few people that are now trying to impose it on the majority?
By the nationalists doing what nationalists do. And I fear that Nigeria has never really been an environment to cultivate these sort of people. But this new generation, they are like that.
Statement you just made now, it's not obtainable. A nationalist is not a solution. What do you mean by a nationalist?
A nationalist is the one that prioritizes the progress of the nation over anything else, over any religion,
then
over any tribe.
How does that curb El-Rufai?
Because people like him will be ostracized. They are not nationalists. By removing, he's not going to have access to power.
You don't have point at all.
As a matter of fact, I don't want to use this type of word. What nationalists in some nations like Russia, Vietnam, China, and all those other nations did, you know the history. They are very brutal with such people.
Okay, all right, Mr. Tunaja. Yeah, let me come to the new person in the studio.
You see the contradiction. Well,
one second, Mr. CM.
Please.
1 second.
No, Sister Amoye is contradicting himself now.
Okay, wait, okay, now. Wait. Oh, yeah, okay, one at a time. Thank you very much. Mr. Tunaja, please mute your distance.
This is my 5 minutes coming anyway. I don't know what I will
You never talk past 5 minutes.
No, I have not to. I never.
You never, okay, later, wait first. Wait. Okay, oh yeah, mute first. Make Black Panther contradict for like 1 second. And then Mr. CM will contradict for 1 second.
I give my minute to Mr. CM to do it.
Okay, Mr. CM, go ahead.
The contradiction I can never understand is for Tunaja to prevent some of us from using Oyibo to cite example, but he's still using them. That is the contradiction. You are not telling me the nationalist is obtainable abroad. That is the thing. But if I now want to tell you that Yugoslavia split and they are peaceful, living on their own, Czechoslovakia, you are telling me that is a white man. See, what I want everybody to concede is that let us understand one thing. Nigeria, we have people with different civilization, different value system. Our approach to life is different. We can come together only on agreeable terms. And that is one. Secondly, you concede to people the right to determine their future. If they feel that where they are, they do not like it. Nigeria is just a British creation. We cannot continue to hate the white people. They are the problem. Then continue to defend what they created. We can be one country strong, I agree. But under what terms? That is the thing. It's not that two different cutoff mark for different, at the age of 10 and 11, you start to segregate people. To enter into police, there's a quota. To enter into the military, there's a quota. All these things. So are we building unity? In the end, if I now want to be on my own, somebody will start to use the bugaboo of if I go on my own, they will invade me, they will slaughter me, or I will suffer forever. And so what? If the Biafra should go and be suffering, the rest of Nigeria is enjoying, so be it, so that they can have their peace. That is, I cannot because of I'm toxic, then I deprive a Yoruba man or a Fulani man of having his peace. If my being in the country is what is causing the confusion, that's why we want to leave.
Okay.
Then
wait, no, no, please, Madam Patriotic Nigeria, please hold on 1 second. Mr. CM, please finish up so I can come to the new person.
So you see, what I'm trying to say, my point is, every option should be open. That is nation building. options should be open, and not to feel that Nigeria is a fait accompli, that we have got a country we now need to build. Nigeria as a country, ask anybody, is yet to come into being. Because of our attitude.
Build. You just want to argue.
It's not,
all right.
it's not argue. I'm telling
please
you.
Mute, please.
I've told you, Nigeria as a country hasn't come into being. You haven't got the characteristics of a country. That's why we see things differently. We have different admission system. We emphasize state of origin and tribe if you want to enter police. But if you now want to use, they say you want to be tribalist. And so what?
They gave you a solution.
Thank you, Mr. CM. Mr. Tunaja, please. Kilo day, what is it? Be like when you small, you stubborn well. Oh, jeez, relax. Okay,
see,
Mr.
because
CM,
if somebody was shouting this to our forefathers,
Mr. Tunaja, mute now. When you not be baby, I know you be baby. Mute. Kilo day, be wakwela. Oh, you work by the Mr. Engineer Francis, please welcome, sir. Good evening.
Good evening. Well, actually, I guess I'm thinking about something else other than this, because what El-Rufai did is he really placed the secret they had in the open. You know, in many ways, Tinubu is beginning to remind me of Donald Trump. When Trump took over, the best way he could get any kind of recognition is to make sure that we are divided. That is when he brought in racism 2.0. So it's like all the Yankees are going to Trump and the black people and the other people are on their way, on the other side. That way, he will have that disunity. His cabinet was just a bunch of his fellow crooks and cronies. Those are what he used as his cabinet. And then nepotism. In fact, his daughter became whatever at the White House. Nepotism, all his family, everybody had a job or something with the government. So it's beginning to look like Tinubu learned a bunch from him. And now the problem in Nigeria's situation is that it's not racism. It's not even tribalism. They are going to use religion. And that is the big problem. I would say, let's forget about concentrating on, fighting each other in this room. Let's look at the big elephant right there that's about to consume us. And that big elephant is, if Tinubu goes the way he's going, oh yes, don't worry about El-Rufai, because El-Rufai will get a very comfortable position in his cabinet. And that idea that happened centuries ago when they were going to capture Nigeria and then started pushing the Islam, is it Ottoman Danfodio and stuff. And then when they wanted to go all the way to the Atlantic Ocean. That's what they wanted to capture. But the South put resistance and stopped them. Well, I hope Tinubu is not going to be the vessel they will use now to zoom in. Right. Because the way they are looking, they are eyeing the ocean. So they will just zoom in, and Tinubu won't even know that he is being a catalyst to whatever they are doing.
Okay. Thank you very much, Engineer Francis. We appreciate that. Please, can you go on mute so I can come to Zubis? Zubis, welcome. Good evening to you.
Thank you very much, my sister. Good evening to you and good evening to everybody.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. This is my second time that I'm joining the panel. Last time was before the part judgment. That I said if they swear Tinubu in and they don't stop him, that I will lose hope in Nigeria. That I'm giving Nigeria last chance. I don't know if some of us will remember. But what I want to say today, I have been listening for about 1 hour now. What made me really want to say something is like people who are so much insisting on being together. We can never be together in pain with this situation where people are not happy. There is no way it's going to work. We are talking about revolution. Do you think the North would like to join you to do any revolution? Now they believe, see their mindset. You are the one saying it now, that they believe on the TikTok, they believe that the one in control. You want to talk about revolution. Do you think that they will come out like you want to come out? I know you have the desire to come out, let us come together and do the revolution. Do you think the North will come? There are people, not all of them, but I tell you, 80% of them will not join you. Only 20%, maybe. Even if it's up to 20% to talk about revolution. Now they believe that their own brother, their Muslim ticket is running. You are telling them to come and do revolution against their own. Get it. Second, Emilokon in the Southwest. Not all Yoruba people that support Emilokon, but a lot of them, a lot of Yoruba, more than 60% of Yorubas are happy that Emilokon is their turn. So they're happy that their own brother is there. So it's already divided. So who is going to do this revolution? Even those, if you come out to do that revolution, they will be countering you. So Nigeria will never work. Never. Believe me, I know that some people will kick against. Never. Now, these people that have their own people in power, they will not join in your revolution. Yeah, there are people that will be against it. Yes, but majority of them will not join in your revolution. If you come out to protest, they will counter protest. You come out to riot, they counter riot. So the revolution is when there is unity. All of you agree. You come out. Like what happened in Egypt and Arab Spring. That is how revolution works. But it will never work in Nigeria. Never. Never. Like what I just mentioned to you now. It can never hold. Revolution could never hold. So the best thing, and I will say it, and God is my witness, the only solution for Nigeria is everybody go. Not about Biafra or whatever, even if it's ethnic, if it's every tribe to go their way. Then, after everybody go their way, we can now, those who can have things in common, the South can decide to come to table and say, can we be together? For me, this is the best. Maybe from Benue to the Southwest to everybody can come and say, all those tribes say, let's sit together now. Who want to be part of this union? They will indicate, okay, bring a constitution. How do you want us to live? If those who agree, and after the agreement, the first constitution should be putting referendum there. First thing on the table, that any party that don't want to, are not happy anymore, can go peacefully. That's the best way to live. Not like this. So for me, the best, everybody go their way. Igbo, go. Ejo, go. Urobo, go. Every part, go your way. Those who want to come together to become one country can now come together and sit down and talk. That's what. Finally, please, 1 minute. Finally, let me drop one thing. And I really want everybody to have deep thoughts about this. Just have a deep thought about this. Maybe it can help give us the answer to the problem of Nigeria. I believe strongly that Nigeria problem is spiritual. I will tell you why. During the Biafra war, go and ask. Do you know what they did in Igbo women that were pregnant? They will catch a pregnant woman, Nigerian soldiers.
Be careful of the word you use because the channel, because of YouTube, so we have to be very careful.
Okay. They will catch a pregnant woman. Who are still alive. They will use knife. Tiabele.
Hey. Not talking like that. Just say they will carry knife, leave it there. Don't say anything else. They
will carry knife. Okay, they will carry knife. Yeah. The baby. Yeah. Why the woman still dead here? Just like that. Now, what kind of wickedness to that level? What can make a human being go to that level? And remember what the Bible said. I'm a Christian. He said, I will visit your sins to up to fourth generation. You think, look, Nigeria swept it away. So let's move on. But God does not move on like that. That thing is haunting Nigeria. That's why I look at it and say, Nigeria don't understand what the problem is. Since after that war, just look how 1980 what or so, Sonny Okosun was in Kwichiwe, Nigeria. Can you go back? Since after that war till today, Nigeria have not gotten themselves. I see it as a spiritual problem. Have a deep thought about what it is the atrocity they committed in Igbo land that is haunting Nigeria. The innocent a child in the womb. What have that child got to do with the war?
Why? And God was just watching all this. And you think God will just put it aside and let's move on. Nigeria have moved on. And they think God have moved on. No. I believe God is visiting the children of those who committed this atrocity. And all of us are suffering it. And I still believe strongly that what is happening now will lead to the sudden death of Nigeria. I believe
that
this
word,
is everything.
the word, sir.
Okay, but it's not a human being. I didn't mention anybody. Okay.
Instead of the D, please.
Okay, thank you. I believe that this thing with what is happening is taking to the Nigeria to pie forever. Where violent pie, everybody just go. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I believe that God is visiting this country. People are saying, men of God are shouting, oh yeah, God is blessing. I see God. You see the prophecy they carried during the election, Nigeria will be great again. The more they prophesy Nigeria will be great, God will say we'll do something in Nigeria. How is our situation? How is Nigeria? Things keep getting worse. That lets you know that all what they're telling you that God is doing this, but they are all lies. God is not pleased with Nigeria.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Zubis. So to respond to you, Mr. Zubis, I hear everything that you say. I hear the story about Biafra and all of that. I'm not ignorant of it. But let me just say this. The people, the external people that came and took our lands and did the same thing to the people that our distant cousins that they stole from the land and did untold things to them. Their societies are thriving. Their societies are thriving and are even getting better. Now, I am not saying this to justify, right, whatever it is they did. Just because you mentioned that, because I agree and I hear what you're saying about, yes, maybe there's a spirit. I'm very sure there's a spiritual angle to it. But if we, the people, do not hold ourselves to account and ensure that we do the right things and place the right things, put the right structures in place to move our societies forward, it will never happen. And that's why it is never happening. Because the people who did more, that even did worse atrocities to us, we all live in their countries today. The place where I live, there were Native Americans that used to dwell in these areas. Matter of fact, the part of where I stay used to belong to Mexico. It's even still in that same Mexican name. Okay, so I'm not trying to justify what Nigerians did though, because I'm there with you. I totally get it. I'm just saying I think it is a people problem that we have. We need to find out how to get ourselves together and push for the needed change so that we can start to heal, which is what Peter Obi and Ahmed Dati kept saying. We heal, we heal, because you and I will agree, healing is overdue on that land because of the innocent lives that have been taken. Without that, we can't move forward. Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Dr. C.
CM has already said something now.
Wait now, Mr. Tunaja. Okay, wait. All right, wait, I beg. Make Mr. CN talk. I will come to Madam Patriotic Niger, and then I'll come to Tunaja. Tunaja, I beg you two they each. Wait first. Don't mute. You'll get your time.
Please,
because
they are all on one side.
And then Mr. Chris, I will come to you. Sorry.
Alex is at
just
the
a quick one.
Mr. Alex, they now Mr. Tuna, now Mr. Niger would go letter in. I no get control.
Just a quick one. Just a quick one because of this spiritual angle. Why is it that Rwanda fought a civil war?
Thank you. God
Killed
bless.
a lot of people. When they finished, they built monuments.
Buy a lot of.
Sorry. When they finished, they built monuments. And then 25 years later, 2022, because that was 1997, 2022, they invited Oshibajo, that is Nigeria. Oshibajo represented Nigeria to go and carry candle to remember their dead ones. Built and then look at where they are. South Africa, with all the what apartheid did to them, they had a reconciliation meeting, truth and reconciliation, did everything. Now look at where they are. In Nigeria, you don't even talk of monument. Even to remember, to set a date to remember them, is a lie. When we, the people they buy, decide to do it, soldier will come and disperse them.
Yes, can I say something about that?
Wait, Mr. Alex, please wait.
Reconciliation,
There are 2 people before.
Reconciliation, reconstruction, rehabilitation. The victim of any, when they have something like that type of, I don't want to, the word W, when anywhere they have it, the first victim are the social infrastructure. People that did not go to school for 3 years, to compensate them, what you do is to give them high cutoff mark. Is that how to rehabilitate people? Is that how to do it? Yet you subject them to different inhuman treatment, and you say you want to forget it. Considering the fact that is the second in African continent. So because of the spiritual angle, if somebody, you just think, if this could be reasons, I'm not a spiritualist, but because they mentioned it, let us think like this. If you cheat somebody to a extent and you are suppressing the person, they are finding it difficult to say sorry. Build a monument. In the UK today, 11 o'clock, 11th November of the 11th month, UK will lay wreath for people that died.
Bye. Dr. CM, wrap up.
Thank you. Let me.
Please, I would like to say a little. Just
wrap up. Mr. Zubis, please, 1 second. A couple of people have, so yeah, Dr. CM,
Okay. So just to let you know that there are
Mr. Zubis, can you mute, please? Whoever has their phones on, please. Mr. Chris, please mute your phone.
So talking of
Chris, mute your phone.
So
Mr. Chris, mute, please mute if you are not speaking. Please go ahead.
So in a 2 seconds, spiritual connotation for those that brought it up, there could be a reason, because the people you are bringing back, forcing them to be part of Nigeria, are still crying from the event that happened then, and up to today is still happening. They do election, they are the victim. You single them out and kill them. I'm tie them. Sorry, let me stop here.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. CM. So, Madam Patriotic Nigeria, quickly. Mr. Alex, 1 second. Patriotic Nigeria wanted to interject before you and to Nigeria, so I'll just give them brief minutes and then come to you. Patriotic Nigeria, please go ahead.
Yeah, actually, what I wanted to say was when Mr. CM was saying that people like in Yugoslavia and then the Czech, then they divided and nothing happened. Look at what is happening in Russia and Ukraine now. Is that issue of when you pull yourself out. But there's something that this Black Panther said, I think if that's his right name, when you want to come together, I'm all for unity and I'll still keep saying it, but there has to be a bedrock. The last person that spoke before CM about the spirituality, atoning, saying, okay, monument, try to make people feel okay that at least I belong. That's one. Secondly, what does it mean to be a citizen? I've always said to people, we just should have a conglomerate called Nigeria. What does it mean to be a true Nigerian? Then thirdly, and I keep saying it to tomorrow, we cannot just say because of the fact that somebody is trying to divide us, it might be just people like El-Rufai being sponsored from inside and outside, and we divide ourselves. They're going to find a way to further divide us. We can, once we get our act together and push back. Somebody will say, how do you get your act together? First of all, we must recognize what it means to be a citizen. Secondly, we could also say to ourselves, this spirituality. Thirdly, we can also say to ourselves that we're going to organize ourselves to vote for people like Peter Obi. Fourthly, we can also say to ourselves that we're going to make ourselves available to be true nationalists. What does it mean to be a nationalist? I'm not going to go into the political discussion, but to think of Nigeria first. That we don't have people like El-Rufai making blatant and inflammatory statements like this and getting away with it. We should have like an ombudsman that would checkmate them and make sure that either we try them and imprison them so that they would not have such repetitions, because these are the things that start like a pogrom that started in 1966. So we can go ahead and have things, structures in place without having them to divide. Or we can also say, let's have a referendum and call people, say, do you want to sit together? And if you don't, so be it. But I don't believe that when somebody says to me, oh, you don't belong here, I said, okay, you don't how dare you? And then I gotta fight them because that's what they want. That's what they want.
All right. Thank you very much, Madam Patriotic Niger. Yeah, let me quickly move on to and just to quickly respond, that's exactly what Peter Obi said. He was going to have a conversation with everybody, so this is part of the thing that's on ground. Okay, to Niger, please, quickly.
Why am I the only quickly
everybody now quickly, may not reach your turn and they give you one in our head because your own they always get killed. Oh yeah, talk. You are wasting time already. 1 minute don't go. Oh yeah. Quickly. Oh yeah, talk.
Come on. Peter PC, I wonder what Peter Obi is going to make of some of the so-called some of his supporters, what they are saying today.
Mr. Tuneja, respond to this something when you want to respond to another thing they talk. So now you say you want to interject person. No, you're going in a different direction now.
I want to get my 5 minutes. I've not had my 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, go. Oh yeah, now. Okay, may I mute? Everybody mute. 5 minutes. It's now 6:53. Exactly. 5 minutes, 6:58. Oh yeah, go.
Okay, so I wonder what Peter Obi will make of some of the things his supporters are saying today. Because Obi is a nationalist. He doesn't like the idea of people dividing along religious or tribal lines. And one of the most moving sights I saw throughout this election was when I was on the panel with Igbo Basics, and there was attack in the southwest on some southeasterners. It wasn't a pretty sight. These things, we've been doing them. When people argue that, oh, let's go back and separate, we forgot that we have been doing that for 400 years. Where did it get us? Look at where we got here. You can repeat the same mistake over and over again and expect a different answer. You're not going to get a different one. Because the people that are responsible for our suffering, remember, that is why we are all frustrated. Our suffering. The people that are responsible for it will never let up until we do what needs to be done. And if we keep having conversation about fighting ourselves, it's not going to get us anywhere. The only thing we've never done, that our forefathers never fixed, that other nations did, that they are doing well, is their security. We like it or not, we can run from it, hide from it, under the bed, inside cupboard. You are going to confront that truth. No matter how, if you divide to the nearest street, if you are not secure, you are a servant to other people. Simple logic. Because if I was them, I was on the other side, I would just be laughing, argue all you want. Then I would just come and take whatever I like. Then whatever is left, you can fight more over that. After you finish fighting, then I'll come and take more. Until when my children grow enough to take everything, then they will take everything. Like they did to the Indians. They did to the Australians. They did to the New Zealanders. If anthropologists was watching this, they will consider it an extermination-sized event. Because they will not believe one group from a tiny portion of the world expanded throughout the whole world so quickly. And we think that wave has ended. It hasn't. They are in charge still on this land.
Exactly.
If we carry on in this mode, make the mistakes that we've been making for 400 years, the things we never plug, we never had our security, we don't have our technology, and we are always using division. We are always divided against each other, and we sold our own. Talk about a sin. We sold our own. We don't even love ourselves. They fought each other during the Second World War. They fought each other, and they got over it very quickly. Not that somebody killed their grandfather or anything. No, somebody killed with the language. Somebody caused the loss of life of their fellow relatives in the millions, and they still manage to sit around the table and still work together. Some of them within nations. Some of them even band together. Some of them split. Yet they still run circles around us because we didn't fix one basic thing, our security. If we had fixed it in the 60s when other people were fixing it, the Asians were fixing it, and we're borrowing them money, Instead, we're organizing first stack because we are so distracted from what truly matters in this life. The assurance that you will survive with dignity today and your children will go on to survive in this world with respect and dignity, and their future and their children's future will be assured. The only way you do that is for your people to be strong, and unity is our greatest weapon. Anything else that results in division or little short of unity is just going to perpetuate the same thing over and over again. You can deny it, run away from it all you want. No matter how much you feel, your feeling doesn't matter. Logic is what has to control this. Because when that day comes, if you allow your feelings to win today, the penalty that is going to come without they will visit on us, the humility will be nothing like El-Rufai has done. And believe you me, go and ask African Americans, go and ask the ones that were enslaved. The humility they had to witness. Parents being separated from children. Children sleeping with their mother to breed them like animals. Feeding our babies to alligators. Come on, if we start naming stuff, come on, let's not go there. If people understand where I'm coming from, they will understand that I actually mean us well. All this stuff we are doing, all this argument we are having is not getting us anywhere. We have to ally with people that believe what we believe in and take this country from these people that have put all this pain to our people. Exactly. They have put us through pain.
Yeah, please, can I have my 5 minutes now, please?
1 second. You still have it's still on the clock. Okay.
I've met my time. Thank you.
Okay, good.
I'm very,
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, 1 second, though, Mr. Takoma. I don't call you. Fair wait first, I beg. May Mr. Alex quick talk.
No, yes, thank you.
I call you since now, Mr. Takoma, aka other names. I call you. I don't know where you enter. Eh?
Thank you.
I say your fair way fair because Mr. Alex not let me rest. It's not they call my name since. So make quick talk for like
they are talking too much and too much.
Exactly, Mr. Takoma. So may Alex quick talk for like 2 minutes and I'll come to you.
Why 2 minutes? I thought it's 5 minutes.
Now 2 minutes, Mr. Alex. For 5 minutes. Okay.
I will continue to say as I've said before. Nobody can fool me. Defend yourself if people are coming to take your life in the name of coming together to form one country. Croatia became a country in the 90s. They are still happy. They don't have oil. Money is not everything. Defend yourself. Don't let anybody cajole you. Don't let anybody fool you. Come and take your life just like that, and the country moves on. A lady's life was taken in the name of Deborah. The people you are saying we should not fight, they kept quiet. She could have been your sister, your mother, your wife, your grandmother. So don't let anybody use tricks to brainwash you. These are all washy messages. We cannot live with animals. We are not invaders. We are not rapists. We don't take lives.
That word, arrow word, Mr. Alex, arrow word.
Okay, we are not, we don't forcefully take advantage of women. The Portuguese saw our hospitality when they came in the 14th century as explorers. They saw the great and vast kingdom. So we have culture. These guys don't believe in development. They have Boko Haram for themselves. They have Sharia law for themselves. So we can separate and be neighbors and build wars like Donald Trump built war across Mexico. So it's not bad. Sweden built war across the borders of Denmark. So we are not fools. You can sit down in London and tell people what to do when you are not on ground. They steal money, they borrow monies in our children's name. Nobody's brought to justice. One day it's going to explode on their head. We will not go after ourselves. We'll go after them, just like the NSAS. You may be mocking us now that they are winning. One day, the people will win. But we will not give in to washy messages and washy analysis.
There's hunger in the land. There's insecurity. Okay. We will rise up and take our future into our own hands and defend our land. This land were given to us by our fathers, not by Fulanis. We are not Fulanis. We are a people with identity from the great Benin Kingdom. Thank you.
Right, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Alex. So, Mr. Takoma, you don't ready. Wait, please, before you ask question. No, please.
No, it's a simple question that I need to direct you.
No, wait now, please. Let Mr. Takoma speak now. Wait, hold the question first now. Write and down, please now. With all due respect, I beg no verse, Black Panther. Mr. Takoma, your time starts now. 5 minutes for you because you never talk since.
Yeah, I never talked for a long time.
5 minutes, so 5. I not say 10. Oh yeah, go.
Sorry. I'm minus 5. So yeah, to Nigeria, God bless you. You see, I want you to examine yourself. I asked you this question before. Why is it that anytime you speak, everybody, both on the panelists, on the comment section, even in the spiritual world, they begin to get angry and tackle you? You ask yourself, what is it that you are doing that is not right? Because you are presenting yourself as a two-face. And I want you to be aware and informed that everyone on Nigeria Watch are as smart, as educated, if not more.
He just insulted me, but it's okay.
Mr. Tunaija, just wait. I didn't insult you. Please.
I don't insult people.
Let him finish. Mr. Takoma, go ahead, I beg.
Yes. Everybody here is as smart, as educated, if not more or less, as yourself. So nobody can be fooled. So I want you to examine yourself whether what you are doing is it the right thing. Just let your conscience speak to yourself. They say when one finger they point one direction, the remaining 4 they point the other side. So use your tongue and count your teeth. The next thing I want to talk about is El-Rufai. We've already pondered about it, but we all know that these guys are on a mission to Islamize the country. But I also want to reiterate the first point I made earlier on, that El-Rufai's submission is part of the, efforts of this APC administration to fight for legitimacy. And they are preparing the people from the north or who cares to play into their religious divide to be ready. And that is why you see him talking to the imams. Pay attention. Who were the audience where El-Rufai was speaking to? The imams. Imams, if you sell that idea to them, they will go back to the mosques and they will sell it to the followers. Eventually, when the country will be set into chaos, when the judiciary might have delivered the right judgment, then there will be a religious divide. So, I want to stand by CM to say that all Nigerians, from the west, from the south, from the east, everybody be speaking your own language. Let them know that as they have their own agenda, we all have our own agenda. So when the music, the drum shall begin to play, everybody will dance to their own music. Oh my goodness, I need to talk too much. So
I know.
Because I have some distraction in my vicinity.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Takoma. I appreciate that. Who they try to talk? Mr. Black Panther. Oh yeah, quickly get in the word.
I'm not talking. I'm asking a question.
Hey, go ahead. Oh yeah, ask the question.
All of us are just listening to Nigeria making all his prank around the whole globe. But he has not really preferred a solution, one single solution to the buying, to the mismanagement, to everything. But he just play around security and Sudan and this, thinking that we are just secondary students you are listening to him like as if we are just is our teacher. What are you saying, Mr. Tunanja? Are you analyzing, or you are just talking on a good situation of the country? Yeah.
I gave you solutions.
We are not listening to him. We will be countering him too.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. Who else get waiting to add so that we go do final round? Who be that?
May I ask Mr. Tunanja a question?
Mr. Chris, wait, everybody mute first. Mr. Chris, when you talk, you don't quiet.
Let me just say something, please. Later, when you have time, somebody asked me a question. I would like to I would like to answer that question.
Okay, no problem. Mr. Chris, or your talk. Your 2 minutes start now.
As I be say, the patient dog is the fattest bone. I wait.
I will know. That's right. That's true.
The bone don't reach my hand. Now make me talk. Good evening once again. Black Panther. Who told you that we are listening to Naija? We are not listening to him. He's talking about security. Now, do you know the greatest security that Naija has refused to address is this? He said with security we can build our nation. But Naija has refused to address the fact that our president for 8 years was receiving treatment overseas. Which kind of security threats will be worse than that?
Then you have not been listening to me, my dear.
When that one left, let me finish. You said
Mr. Tunanja, why do you always act like a baby?
But they keep attacking me and you leave them to
attack
me.
But you wait now before you respond. Wait, let him finish. He's not attacking you. Please, can you you're an adult, for crying out loud. You're not a toddler. Come on now. Let's act like we're adults. Please, Mr. Chris, continue.
It even belittles one's intelligence if after somebody finished listening to a submission and you start saying that's not what you said. You said after nations have been formed that the greatest problem is that we don't go ahead to secure the country. That is what you said. You said we don't go ahead to secure the country. We don't invest on security. So I'm telling you that if your president lives, the wife of your president lives abroad, and your president takes his medication overseas, and all the creme de la creme of the society, they all take their treatment overseas. So what security are we talking about? There's no security there because that's just it with the security. So for me personally, I'm not listening to you. I just listen to what you have to say. That doesn't mean I've accepted what you are saying. Now, talking about countries that have broken up and marched to different countries, how come we always talk about maybe one or two that failed? What about the millions of them, literally speaking, that have succeeded?
Your time don't over, sir. Yeah, just wrap up your thoughts quick.
Okay, we don't talk about those ones. We just pick only one or two that has failed, and we keep hammering on that. And to conclude, see, nobody is saying that Nigeria shouldn't be together. Nobody is saying that Nigeria should break up. But what people are saying is that if we must be together, on what terms? Okay, even if we are not talking about the terms.
Okay, on one line, that's it. Sorry, not verse. It's 2 minutes 30 seconds. You are still reading. Biko.
No, let me just stand up. If we must be together, it must be on a fair term. If that is not obtainable, then we go our separate ways. It's as simple.
Thank you very much, sir. Somebody was trying to, I think, Madam Patriotic Niger, you wanted to say something?
Yes, thank you. I just wanted to ask a question with regards to separating us. I know everybody is trying to come at through Niger. Some of the things he has been saying, I kind of agree with him. Why am I saying that? Because we can say let's divide. But if you divide, like one man said, the jihadist movement, they want to get to the coastal. So even if you divide and they want that safe, no matter how divided you are and you're not equipped, they're going to try to reach to you. Before the civil war in Nigeria, the Biafrans wanted to disintegrate. They wanted to move away.
You said you had a question, ma'am.
Yes, that's what I wanted
talking.
Okay, let me couch it in the question.
Yeah, just please.
Why is
just
it,
ask the question
and then
that
after they went to Aburi, and they said, okay, go your way. Why is it that Nigeria went to war against the Biafrans, even though they said, okay, go your way?
Okay, thank you very much.
See, point of correction. Point of correction.
I can answer that if you allow me.
Okay, one second. Okay, let me come to Mr. Alex first because he was trying to. Mr. Alex, answer
Yes.
the question that was asked before, and then this one, add on to your list of questions.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Oh yeah, you
Thank
have
you.
2 minutes to respond quickly before I come to Mr.
Please, I beg for 3 minutes, please. Okay. First question is that somebody asked me that I said if it was a Benin and a Doma that won election, how would it have happened that it will not be rigged? Number one, all the answer quotas in the those states will be rounded up as a first message. We don't take that nonsense. We are not that patient people. We are very peaceful, but you don't come at us like that. You don't rob us broad daylight. We know what to do. We know how to hold these people also. They are not the only one that have the monopoly of whatever. I don't want to use the word for the sake of the platform. And number two, why do you think they came through our governor to bring in Fulani Esme? Why didn't they come the way they are going to other states? Ask yourself that question. And why did you think we defeated the British at their first coming before they went and brought NATO forces to do the invasion 1897? Why did you think we expanded up to present day Togo and Benin Republic? Go and do your fact checking. How did we own Lagos? That they still pay royalty to us up to today every year or every month. The King of Lagos just said it during or before the presidential elections. So we are small, respectful, but we are mighty people. We know who we are. Benin will say, Obanyato Yasewebo. The king owns the land down to the whole world. It's our own parable. So they can't rig election on our head like that. We won't take it. The country will have gone to something else. And number two, it's because we've not really gotten a good a governor. We got a Fulani governor and he's about to leave. Talking about the question the lady asked, Aburi conference, Ojukwu used his wristwatch to record that then they didn't allow anything like gadgets. They didn't know Ojukwu had a wristwatch. Gowon was illiterate. The Queen of England radio that confederation is what they agreed in Aburi in Ghana to stop the war. Confederation was what Ojukwu agreed to. He played the recording to his people and they all agreed. Gowon did not know the meaning of confederation, a loose center and a stronger region. That is separation already. And the Igbos agreed. But the Nigerian government getting directions from the Buckingham Palace. And they continued the war. And some Western countries supported the Nigerian government. At the time, Ojukwu was winning. This is why they called for the Aburi conference. And they stopped the influx of food to the Biafran territory using Bakassi Peninsula as a bargain, which Obasanjo later fulfilled many years later before he left office in 2007. So these are, I'm just trying to summarize because of time. So what happened there was that Gowon was illiterate. He later went to school. He was just 31 years old or so. And Biafra almost won that war, just that some countries isolated them. And I think they won. I think they won somehow. Thank you.
Can I say something? Thank you very much for that submission. Based on what I know, I thought, correct me if I'm wrong, please. Nobody knows everything. That when there was that agitation about the coup, what they call the Igbo coup, but what mainly garnered by the Delta Igbo. And Ojukwu said, no, he's going for the Eastern region. And that agitation, then that confrontation, in order to stop it, they got them to Ghana in Aburi to settle the problem. Then they said the Igbos should go. But then when the Igbos decided to go, the British, who were actually the masters of the Northerners, which is what they're still doing till tomorrow in Nigeria, told the Hausa people, that included the Middle Belt, said, hey, why are you allowing them to go with all that oil? Don't let them. And that was why Ojukwu said, oh, not that he didn't understand it. Then he said, no, we are not going to allow the Igbos to go. And that was why Ojukwu
Aburi agreement was a confederation.
And then, whatever it is, They wanted the Biafrans to go. And then what happened? Ojukwu now turned around and said, on Aburu we stand. So my question is, if we decide to go, and like Ojukwu during his life said, look, we fought the war, no Igbo man should fight any more war. So if we decide, let the Biafrans go. Now, what stops them from supporting their stooges in the north? Why is it? I believe if the south-south, southeast, the west, the central, not the northern part of Nigeria, the central part of Nigeria, the north central, if we can come together, we can totally get rid of those people and get back our country. And we started.
Okay. Thank you very much, madam.
We cannot come together. We are not one. We are different kingdoms brought together by force, by war, by red oil.
Alex. Thank you, Mr. Mr. Professor Sian, please respond really quickly, because I know you want to respond.
To patriotic Niger, there are certain things you should get out of your memory now, with all due respect. Igbos at Aburi, they were never told the East you can go. They were never. What they went there for was to make the center weak, such that every region will control your own troops and then be on your own and then contribute in a meaningful confederation. It was when they came. It was when they came back. The Aburi, you can just put on Google now, Aburi Accord. It will give you I think 8 items. That is what they call restructuring now. So what it is the Queen, it is Her Britannic Majesty that told them, look, if you allow the East to go, you will suffer. So don't allow them. And if you allow them to go, the West will disintegrate. Not really because they love us, but because they want to be using Nigeria to feed. So they are protecting their own interest. So please,
one second, Patriotic Nigeria, please hold on 1 second. We're going to be wrapping this program up in 30 minutes. So please, we need to be very...
Henceforth, try and read exactly what transpired at Aburi. It is there. Even if you go to Ghana, there's in their meeting, in their library. I forgot. If I know, I will remind you at Accra. The real report, because Ghanaians have it. So when Nigerian press peddle this type of abject falsehood, pathetic falsehood, Igbos were allowed to go. Juku said this. It's a lie. Gowon deterred. Instead of doing what they said, he went and created state, because Ojukwu said either you implement Aburi or we go, because you don't want my people to suffer anymore in Nigeria. Britain told him to create state. So when you create state, you cut them off from the sea. He created state on 27th May. 3 days later, Ojukwu declared Biafra just to confront him, to tell him that, look, you can't play God. That is what really happened.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. CM. I appreciate it. So we're going to do one last round. I'm going to start again from the beginning, and everybody's going to get 3 minutes precisely. After 3 minutes from each person, that's the end. We're going to close down this shop. Okay, let me come to Mr. Takoma. You get anything when you want to add? Are you free now? Okay, Mr. Tunaija, please. Okay, Mr. Takoma is here. Mr. Takoma, you get quickly 3 minutes.
Yes, my people. I really don't have much to say.
Okay.
But let me come back after the last speaker, please.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Tunaija, please go. Thank you.
Yeah. I think there's echo. I don't know. Somebody should mute this thing. Okay. Regarding the topic at hand, which I really wish people focused on instead of making it personal repeatedly and without being admonished, but that is fine. In the end, it's a very simple logic. United you stand, divided you fall. If you argue to go back to where you were before, it's not going to get you anywhere. Just because you have a problem doesn't mean the solution is hacking back to something that doesn't work. If you diagnose something wrongly, it's not going to lead to solution, no matter how much solutions you come up with, until you diagnose it right. And the solution is to build the nationalists up in that environment, to solve these problems once and for all. Nationalists fix nations. Whatever it takes, that's what they do. Because threats don't face them, bribe don't face them, nothing faces them other than their heritage and their nation. Nation number one, and everything else second. Those type of people are going to be our salvation. If they don't succeed, our fate is not going to be very good. And we have to start cherishing them. When you see those other people, they are the ones that are going to fix this nation, because people like El-Rufai on either side, they're just going to lead us to the same results we've never gotten out from. Our life expectancy is showing to be 53 years. There is a reason why that is. All these arguments we've just had today, many of them have happened without any opposition of somebody like me talking against it. We've been having it. Fela talked about it. We've been having this our discussion. Oh, we want to divide. Let's divide. Let's fight each other. Let's do this. This one has a conspiracy there. This one. In the end, to stop those people that are doing these things, the ones that know how to stop them should put head together and solve that problem. Not playing into the game that they want to play. The game they want to play is you fight each other, then they come and take everything away. It's really that simple. It's not that complicated. And if it was me, that's what I would do. If I was them, you carry on with this thing that you are doing. At a point, I would just put everybody out of their misery. What is the point? Because you are not realizing a simple error in front of you. We have had all these other nations before. We got colonized. Our people got enslaved. The only part that there is, without people coming to take everything away from us that we've got left, is us within the nation pushing people that are dividing us all the time away and secure our heritage. That is what we need to do. That is the solution, and that is the only one you can get. Anything else, take your pick. I can assure you, if I was on your side, I would decide your fate. Any other direction you go, I would decide your fate. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Tunaja. Dr. CM, let's go.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So what I want to drop is this. One, there are things I can never believe, and there can be browbeaten, or maybe just on the boogaboo of something. We are responsible for our fate now. We are a sovereign nation. Oyibo is not manipulating anybody. What El-Rufai is doing, I don't think he's being manipulated by the white people or whatever to divide. He's doing it for the Fulani expansionism. It's as simple as that. So the best way to stop him is also to sort of form your own bulwark. Let him realize that what he's trying to preach religion there, you are hoisting your flag, you are going. As simple as that. I remember Professor Banji Akintoye saying that he has envisaged, the Yorubas envisaged the war coming to Nigeria, but they want to be away from the theater of war before it comes. He said this in an interview 2 years ago because he is leading the Yoruba nation. Nigeria is an artificial creation. We were forced together by force. And clearly, we fail to agree because these are the constitution under which we operate. A country that is dodging a basic thing like a constitution, where they say we the people when we didn't write it. In a constitution, the best, if you ask anybody in secondary school doing O-level government, it will tell you the procedure, the stages of writing a constitution. When you must have nominated your representative, they represent you like Ogoni people we do. You take it a referendum of the people. It will be read in different languages, everybody to agree. That is what we keep thinking that by forcing people to be together for the next 10 years, suddenly our problem will go. You cannot force two people to unite. You can't force unity. Unity comes from the mind. If somebody's mind is not there, it's not there. Particularly every day you see glaring dissimilarities staring you in the face, and there's nothing being done about it. A child who is from Imo State that is 10 years, you deny him admission because you are punishing him, he is brilliant. In 10 years' time, he becomes 20. 11 years' time, 21. When he raises a flag, he says, look at this boy, he didn't fight a war. But you are telling him injustice. Where does he work? If he wants to get into the army, he has to use another name. Otherwise, he won't be taken. Different cutoff for different people. Education is everything. If anybody you cheat through education, you finish the person. That is what the Southeast is going through. My Igbo people, when they complain, people will say, yes, when you divide it, for what? Benin Republic is there. They are living better than Nigeria. Togo, they are all living better. All this idea, people should stop, frightening people by the moment you go, they come and pick you together. If I finish you, my generation will come and whatever they want, they pick. It's a
All
lie.
right.
America
Okay.
has never finished the whole world.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. CM. We appreciate you. Thank you. Patriotic Niger.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Dr. CM, because I've always read that during the Aburi, they said that the Biafrans could go, but not knowing that they just did a confederation. So if it was a confederation, why is it that it's so difficult that the Igbos were not allowed to have their own confederation? That I have that disconnect. So because the history has always told me that the Igbos were allowed to go, but you're saying it's different, that it was a confederation, and when they didn't allow the confederation, that's when they said, okay, on Aburi we stand. I don't know. Quickly, if it's a confederation, why did they still tell them, no, you can't have the confederation? Because confederation is to be for different people. And with that being said, I still stand by the fact that if we go ahead and divide ourselves, it's going to do us more harm than good, because of the fact that people who have divided themselves have never achieved. No, now let me not have never. You're more likely to achieve better than dividing yourself. So if you look at Nigeria, what we need to do is to go ahead and get those oligarchies and that are holding us hostage. We're living in bondage, and just get them off the way. Because even if we just say to ourselves, let us divide, look at what they're doing in the East. Igbos fighting Igbos. Some people are saying if they had known that this was going to happen in the East, why even fight the war? Why not let the Igbos deal with themselves? So let us have the spirit of nationalism, but meanwhile, let us protect ourselves. Let us not let these people run us down, because even if you say, let me go ahead and divide, they're going to find a way to try and infiltrate. They're going to find a way to try and take what you already have. But if united we stand, divided we fall. We can have a stronger government. We can have a stronger people without allowing these people to divide us. So I believe in a united Nigeria without allowing these people to be maiming us or dealing with our women or our children. So I know I still have a little bit of some more minutes, but I know I love you all. And by the grace of God, and I'm praying that we're going to get our mandate back, because if everything is good, security is good, food is good, I want to go to Niger, I won't be worried. All this division will not even stand. Everybody will be living happily, and then wouldn't be talking about division or no division. It's because of the problem, like Madam Moderator said, it's because we're having all these issues. That's why people are agitating to divide. So God bless you all, and good night, and God save you all, and may you guys be protected with the blood of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you very much, Madam Patriotic Niger. We appreciate you. Thank you for your input and your submissions tonight. Have a wonderful night, or actually morning. I don't know. I'm not sure where you are, but yeah.
I'm in the US.
Okay. Thank you. Have a great night, ma'am. All right. So, Mr. Chris, your 3 minutes starts about now.
Okay. Thank you very much for the 3 minutes. Well, I think, to be honest, if you ask me, it appears we all seem to be saying the same thing, but in different ways and under different conditions. Um, I don't see any reason why we keep emphasizing this idea of being together, is being together that's the best for us. Yes, nobody is disputing that. But the question is that on what terms? That is just the question. On what terms? Let's not keep saying this thing as if we don't want to be together. No, we want to be together. We want one prosperous, big, prosperous nation. But the conditions has to be right. The conditions have to be right. You cannot tell me just because we want to be together, then we should cover our eyes to all the injustices going on in the country. It's very clear that if you are from the southern part of the country, the children in the north, they are already like 5, 6 steps ahead of the children in the south. Look at the criteria for admitting people into school and into jobs. The conditions are different for the people in the north compared to the people in the south. So for how long can somebody continue to dwell in that kind of an environment? So the question is not just to keep emphasizing the need to be together. The question is to look at those things that are making people to say they don't want the union anymore. What are those things? What are those injustices? They have to be addressed. And not until we come down from our high horses to address those things, people are going to keep agitating. And the dangerous thing is that people that are educated, you can never keep them suppressed forever. They will keep agitating. It will always be coming up. I'm very sure 20 years ago, nobody ever thought somebody like Nnamdi Kanu is going to come out. Another person is going to come out like that again. The cycle is just going to continue, not until that elephant in the room is addressed. And that elephant in the room is nothing but injustice in the country. We are all Nigerians. You must make me feel Nigeria. But if you wouldn't do that, then you allow me to go. It's as simple as that. It's as easy as frying egg. So you can't keep having dominance over me and you want me to remain in the country so that we are this big phantom nation. And you expect me to just remain like that. It's never going to be possible. I don't wish to go over the 3 minutes that you gave me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much for your submission. We appreciate it. Engineer Francis, your time starts now. Engineer Francis, are you with us? Okay, I think he's away. Mr. Alex, okay, Engineer Francis, are you coming on now? I thought I heard him. Okay, Mr. Alex, you can start.
Okay.
Now.
It is easy to say we should remain as one country when you live very far away from the spot of the problems. It is easy to say we should remain in one country because you are driving on good roads on a daily basis. You don't see the deadly roads that people driving in this so-called one Nigeria. It is easy to say let us stay as one country when you are living under electricity 24 hours. When you live in a very good country where you work and get your salaries on time. It is easy to preach, unity when you are not at the scene of problems on a daily basis. You don't face police brutality. You don't face, schools being on strike. Your children and your wards are going to school, and their academic calendar are never interrupted. It is easy to say let's unite when you and your children have equal access that the citizens of your host country are having to jobs, and you don't need a letter, or you don't need to know somebody who knows somebody to get a job. It is easy to say let's preach unity when your police is always there at your beck and call when you have any problems. It's easy. So I don't blame you. Why won't you preach unity? Because you left Nigeria probably when it was region, Western region, Eastern region. It's been 30, 40 years or 25 years. So you've lost touch with reality. It is easy because at least you've saved up. Your account is fat. You can withstand anything life brings to you. Your medical facility, your insurance is working. Your car insurance is easy to preach unity. I don't blame some of us when we, verbalize our verbosity. It's easy to talk. When you are not in the shoes of Nigerians who don't know where their next meal is coming from, who go to market to steal food, not because they are thieves, but because they are very hungry. And these people are beaten up, sometimes set ablaze for a cup of rice or a cup of gari. It's easy to preach unity when your country is not under the rule of oligarchs who are trying to enforce religion on you by fire, by force. It's easy to preach unity when you are okay and God has given you the privilege to live outside world for the major reason for you to see the truth and say the truth, but you chose to be selfish. You chose to be, egocentric. But I know that if you will not speak the truth, God will raise and continue to raise people like me that will speak the truth. I am against this fraudulent one Nigeria. If Obi will not get his mandate, to hell with Nigeria. It's a fraud. It does not exist. Our PVC has been shown to be useless, and it will continue to be useless. Now the Kano has been justified. There is no Nigeria. We are fooling ourselves. Nigeria only exists in the mind of the poor. Obi has shown it. Obi won in Edo State. He won in Lagos, in Abuja, in Rivers, I mean, everywhere. What else do you need to know that there is no country? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alex. We appreciate you. Thank you. Black Panther. Black Panther, you were here with us?
We did here. I'm here.
Okay, all right. Now, your time starts now.
Okay, we've all, Tunaja have succeeded in trying to push down the narratives into our truth. But thank God it did not work, because we are all intelligent and we are all brave people of our land. All the things that we have been speaking here, we are not coming to the table that the country should be divided. But when we argue, we are trying to, foster a solution. But we are saying for a nation to be what it is, we have to stand on the premises that is strong, that will build a stronger society, that will make us be proud that we are from this country. We will be proud as a citizen of this country. But when you keep on saying what those politicians are saying, oh, and you are a panelist, you are threatening us that if you were them, you will just take everything. You cannot take it because it's not easy to take. They are stealing it. Mind you, there's a difference between take and stealing. So when you come and threaten the panelists that if you are this, that means you don't have anything on the table. You are frustrated, my dear brother, because the ethics, the principles of building a nation, you have to come together and talk. That's why I told you, you don't have a solution to the problem. You just come and analyze, we should take together, look at Sudan. That is not the solution. You can't threaten us with what is happening in other countries. This is our own country. We have to pave the way, and we are coming with peace. That look, if we have to be a nation that you won't cheat during an election, you won't steal our oil, the police will be respected, pension will be well paid, everybody will be affordable, you will have middle class, then let us come together and form a formidable union. The union we are now we are on a tripod that has been broken. And you come to me and tell me that you want to build a military on a tripod that is stolen. Okay, where has the military been during Bubu regime? Don't we have a regime? Why did you tell Bubu to build a strong military? Why is it that you are telling to build a strong military? Why didn't you tell them to build a strong military? Why didn't you go to them and write them a letter that they should build a strong military? Why is it that when we are on the round table, you are talking about strong military, while we are talking about a strong nation, a nation that we can be proud to be? Why are you talking about the military? Why are you talking about Sudan? Sudan is even more lesser. It's not even greater than just one state in Nigeria.
Okay, so why should we talk about it? We need a perfect solution.
Your time is up, sir. When you ask for solution, somebody gives you solution and you reject it.
Let me round up.
I thought you talked already.
Now,
guys, let me round this up.
Let me round this up. Oh yeah, go ahead. Round up quickly.
Let me tell you, I am not in the category of a lesser intellectual personality to debate this kind of thing. I've debated this thing before you even came into this situation. I've been on this ground for more than 30 years debating about this country, and you cannot tell me what to do and tell me to find a solution. You have not been on ground. You have not done anything. You are there. You are telling me what to do.
I just heard my opinion. I don't know why you are making it personal.
You cannot stand
you talked already now.
You cannot
We
stand
have
it
to
with
go
me,
Just
now,
please.
look at it
please.
going on. I just heard my opinion. I'm not telling him what to do.
But they are stopping him already.
So Nigeria, please now. We are working with
It's
time
very
here.
scrappy.
Time is up. Time is up, please. Time is up. I beg. We can have the same argument tomorrow again, please. I beg. Time is up. The host has to go. It's already late. Let me come back to Mr. Takoma. Are you ready for us now?
Well,
Sir?
yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, your 3 minutes starts now.
Okay, very much, very much. Well, I'm going to reiterate. I'm responding to El-Rufai. It is high time Nigerians begin to speak the language that they are speaking. If they would not give Nigeria the mandates which Nigerians collectively across the West, North, and South came together and casted their vote for the first time to a particular man, not because of religion, not because of tribe, not because of his tongue, but because of the person in him, a man that is credible. If they would not give him that mandate that Nigerians have given to him, and they would speak in this manner, I push for Nigerians to begin to speak that same language so that they will know that if you want to Islamize Nigeria, just know that it is that your northwest and your north east that you are going to Islamize, because we from the west we are going, we are raising our flag. We from the east we are raising our flag, and let every region raise their flag so that they can Islamize themselves and begin to marry children of 5 years old, pedophilias. You understand? They can do that within their own region. So everybody let it, because when you begin to beat the drum of war,
The
then
W
the
word, sir. We
yeah,
have to be
sorry, when you
careful.
begin to beat the drum of kala or katakata, you're ready to follow through. Because if you look at it very, very well, I don't want to go there. They did not win the civil wahala at that time. They're no winner. There is no battle where Fulani don't win. If you go check and where, they know they win battle. Their rule na divide and conquer. And if they just like what CM was saying, if they think that the allies they had at that time in 1960, 63, 60, in the 1960s, 1967, when that thing happened, those allies are no longer with them because everybody's eyes are open right now. So for that language and for that disposition of Egypt from Kaduna, I urge Nigerians across the aisle to begin to speak similar language. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Takoma. We really appreciate your submission. I'm just going to add mine right now, and I'm just going to say, first and foremost, we as a people, let us remember that Peter Obi is who we are standing behind, and he's the one that we're looking up to. Okay, we're still working on getting our mandate in the court. Now, Peter Obi is the only one that is unifying us right now. Let's not forget that, and let's keep our eyes on the ball. We must collect our mandate back. And I am optimistic, maybe not 100% optimistic, but I am optimistic because when Peter Obi comes in, if we have a working system, everything that we're talking about now will be a non-issue. None of us will be agitating and saying we want to do this, we want to go our separate ways, we want to start, doing our own structures. It will not even happen. If every region had light, food, water, everything, and there was everybody had equal quota system. If you pass, you pass. If you fail, you go back and do it again. We will not be having all these arguments back and forth. So let's remember that right now, we're all for staying united. The conversations that we're having today about everybody has their own opinion on the matter, whether to stay together or not stay together. It's part of a whole argument that we're having, which is okay. But right now, as we speak, I know that we're all trying to stay united because believe me when I say that a lot of people standing for the truth and justice in Nigeria are rising up more and more every day. So let's not forget that. We can go back and forth about whether we want to stay together or not if we see that, okay, it looks like these people have totally forgotten us. But right now, let's stand and remain focused on our mandate, which is already in court. And so far, we've been getting good news from the courthouse. Whether or not Baba Blue will do whatever, we don't know, but time will tell. But let's keep our focus on that. And let's continue to uplift each other. At the end of the day, the truth is what I hear in every one of us that has spoken today, we are all standing for being together, but we have different ways of approaching it. After all, we all used to be in regions before, and we had a central region, and it worked. So I beg, everything will be on the table. Peter Obi don't talk. When you reach there, everybody will come to, we will discuss. Why are you agitating? Wait till they happen. You know, you see bread. It's all right. Let's fix it. That's what we need. And we need to heal. Let's not forget that. Atrocities when it happen for Nigeria. We need to heal first before we start to do anything else. So, my people, thank you very much, my brothers and sisters. It's been real. I did not anticipate being on this live for as long as I have been. But hey, it is what it is. I guess I made my time available for today. Mr. Velvet, if you are still awake, thank you very much for sparing this time. I beg, let's go for tonight.
No, don't worry, you can go. I can carry on.
No.
What is your problem?
Mr. Heavy, close down. Sing your song. They go.
He's just trying to sell a narrative that doesn't work.
Everybody can go. Just leave me alone.
No, nobody go stay here with you.
Why are you so scared?
Mr. Heavy, so play your song. Play your song, because they know stop to the talk. Play your song. Thank you very much.
I just want to appreciate every one of you. Thank you, my people. I appreciate you all. I believe so much on arguing to learn, not to win. We call it a panel. So whatever that happened today, or already today, yesterday, or today, stroke today, is meant to happen. We know we can always disagree with each other, but as long as we all are fighting for same goal, what is the goal? How to have a better Nigeria. That's why we are doing what we are doing here today. You know, some of us, you know, we are privileged, you know, to have the time, the platform, the opportunity, and the resources to do what we are doing.
Who's writing this time?
Please. What?
I know. €100.
Oh, mute yourself now. Oh, Mr. Alice. All right. So I appreciate every one of you. Thank you so much. Yeah, we'll continue to do this. But one thing I'm going to say that I will not support anything calling for division. I'm not part of it. Why? Because we have a case in court, and as we speak right now, we are doing excellently well in court. So everybody should just be mindful what we say. Listen to yourself when you speak, and speak positively towards our vision, our goal, you know, rather than speaking division, even though we know the country is blue at this particular moment. But we are doing well in court. And by the special grace of Almighty God, if we can achieve our goal and our principal, Mr. Peter Obi, become the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I'm not sure anybody will speak of division anymore. So I just want to thank every one of you. We are here 7 days a week, every day, 6 p.m. Nigerian time. Please subscribe with us, hit the notification bell in case we randomly come out. But in case we don't randomly come out, you still need to hit the notification bell, because we are here every evening so that you can follow up in our daily broadcast. You know, please, guys, I want to appreciate every one of you on the panel with me right now. I'll start with my sister, Omoye's Corner. Thank you very much for taking over the panel, and you did excellently well, especially for how you managed to tackle two Niger, Alex, and Black Panther. Those three people, they are not easy people to tackle. So I don't know how you can manage to tackle them, you know. So Thank you.
The
Yes,
bad
so
guys.
yes, bad guys. Yes, the three of them. So she tackled them. So and I was listening all through. I'm here. So thank you very much, my dear sister, once again. And I want to thank you, Mr. CM. Thank you very much for your consistency and for what you believe and stand for. Thank you very much to Niger for your consistency and what you believe and stand for. Thank you very much, Jija Bread Ma. Oga CM, so you don't remove the bread. He called it Bell Jija.
I tell you, you know, say as they don't give us fuel now, we don't feel one generator to bake bread. We don't have to put ginger only.
Gingerbread man, go sleep.
I know say if they leave CM now with Black Panther, if
You
they
not
leave
go leave anybody. No
I
worry.
won't continue.
We not fit carry second fight. I beg. Let me finish my speech. Thank you. Engineer Francis, thanks for coming in. I noticed maybe you don't sleep. Thank you very much. Oga Chris, I really do appreciate you, sir, for joining us. Thank you for your submission and for your continued support. Patriotic Niger, a powerful woman. Thank you very much, madam. I appreciate you.
Are they considering Rufai for NSA? Because I'm seeing some weird report.
I don't know. We cannot answer.
Hey,
we need to go now. Thank you.
You never see anything. Shebi now you dey support him.
All right.
I am not supporting him if he cannot read between the lines.
Tunaja, you did. You did.
Kevin, na tactics.
It should be bad from all national people.
You refuse to condemn him.
Okay, my people.
I condemned him.
You did not.
Please let me finish now. I beg. No worry. Now music I go put for the head. Just but I don't worry.
Shetima never thought.
I want to appreciate.
We never know what in there Shetima mind.
Wait, wait. I beg. Let me appreciate once again Patriotic Niger. Thank you very much, madam, for standing for what is right. God bless you for staying with us in this time. Black Panther, my brother, appreciate you. Alex, my brother, appreciate you. In fact, Alex, for inside Benin for there, he did with us till this time. It's about 4 a.m. in Benin City right now. Thank you, my brother. We appreciate you for standing for what is right. And every one of you, and once again, the Iron Woman, Omoyeskona, for tackling all of you. We have my issue for you. My issue, we don't close, right? This is the right.
I was called a child and everything here.
Excellent moderation.
Mama issue, okay. All right.
I never the last is too Nigeria.
Mama issue, we'll give you 3 minutes. 3 minutes, make we round.
Oh my God.
Mama issue, talk to us 3 minutes.
Yes, thank you. Because I tried to enter studio, make a quench the fire, no room to enter.
No, I'm yet tackle them. Tackle 3 of them. If 3 of them did platform like this, you're
yes, thank you so much. When the heat was getting tough, I said, okay, make I enter studio. Studio not let. I call him, his call, not pick. That's okay. Make I just did the to Niger. On a serious note, if you don't want to wait it happen today to happen again, make you mind how you dey present some of your opinions. Hearts are bruised. The pain is still flesh, very fresh in the hearts of many. Some people, the dagger is still in their hearts. The only thing that will pull out that dagger with a healing is the court case. Anything that make them to turn that court case into another thing. That thing when they say they happen for Sudan, it go happen for Niger. There's no two story about it. So if you don't want to wait it happen for Sudan to happen for Niger, face your judiciary, not to do nonsense. Because if they do, there's no two story. What is happening in Sudan, it not go happen. Because the bitter truth is this. Some of your brothers and sisters that are here, they don't tire, the thing don't reach there for neck. And they don't make up their mind, say, oh, buy na buy. So if judiciary pervert judgment, Sudan go enter all gaga overnight. So that fear, oh, it shouldn't happen. Tell judiciary not to make it happen. There's no true story about it. Because some people, I hear it don't reach. And you know, say when matter don't reach here for people, their reaction is, na fire, bah. So to avoid it, that is why when you see people talking, they are talking because a lot of them, they did that point already. So they come here, come they teach the conversation here, it be like when they pour ice water on top of heat. Now this forum, when they come, they do to them. To calm them down, this forum, that's what it's doing. So when you now come here, come set that your language. When come like say they support the people and put them for this pain that goes through their heart. The reaction when you get to them, now you get. So anyway, when you go, if you trigger this thing, will happen again. So please, don't present any opinion that support these wicked people at all, anywhere.
So I should just say, let's kill each other. That's the solution.
Hello.
That's not what she's saying.
Don't use those words here,
please allow her to talk.
We should forget the rules.
We are learning.
So if what I'm saying don't make sense to you, I beg to Niger, go to any platform, use this thing. Then you go get the bullet, pasa. You go see so your fellow brother hate you. You think I don't know that my children are doing all these things?
They will pack and come off for granted.
You think
let them pack me now. It's our future. They are the ones that will suffer it too. Then let them carry on. We are all
the leaders will suffer it too. The leaders will suffer it too.
With this one, you have a future. With this government, you have a future.
The politicians will suffer it more.
So Nigeria, it's obvious you don't learn, no.
You are telling you are not admonishing people that
my brother, she's just admonishing everybody.
As a mother here, I am speaking.
Okay, let's hear what you say to the other people now. Let's hear what you say to the other people.
To Nigeria, listen to Mama Esho. She's advising you properly. Please.
You think when I use the word my children, I don't know a lot of them commit atrocity. You think I don't know? Even as I use this here, some of them won't dupe me. But still. Yes. I am dealing with a serious one now. That I'm involving Tabo in Malaysia. Now the people when they fight for, now they do it. But that does not make me to come and destroy them.
All right.
So please, listen, if you love the attack, they do and continue. But if you not say you attack, you don't like her.
Next time.
Nobody's really attacking you. They are just presenting with facts and figures of the reality of Nigerian sufferings. That's
exactly. And you know, say it's not good for you. You know they like her. So now, see, as at this point to Nigeria, anything, any statement when in favor of these wicked people, no.
Tell me what I said that favored them before you start saying I favored them.
My dear to Nigeria, allow Mama to talk. Let Mr. Elvis, she want to close. Let's share the grace.
In fact, if they say me they touch you for here, the biggest problem we'll get for this platform, let's have black panther. Make we talk truth and beg. These two people.
What did I say to back El-Rufai?
What did you not say for blaming citizens? What did you not say? Instead of calling out El-Rufai.
Nigeria, you blame citizens too much.
I called for unity. I didn't blame. Okay, tell me what I said to blame.
Call for the arrest of El-Rufai. That's my point.
You blame.
Did he break any law that we should be arrested for?
If El-Rufai was an Igbo man, will you talk like this? If El-Rufai that mentioned this kind of statement, inciting comment, threat to national
when I was supporting hate speech law in
No, to
Nigeria,
Nigeria, when Kanu make that statement, what did you say?
when I support
What
hate
did you
speech
say
law in
when Kanu
Nigeria,
made that
most
statement?
people were opposing me.
And everybody be quiet. Make all of them
you are a sellout. You are a sellout.
Okay.
I was supporting hate speech
And
law in
everybody
Nigeria.
mind
People
break.
opposed me.
Everybody
And everybody match
I have
break.
to mute you guys, please. Mama Esho, please round up 30 seconds.
To Nigeria on a serious note, if I say you know they learn, no.
You not go learn. They go break
So be ready to take the
tomorrow.
attack.
No, the attack is nothing compared to what could happen if
nobody's attacking you. We are just telling you that people are suffering.
It's not.
That's it.
Elvis, mute any of them when you unmute themselves.
No, now backstage I go put them now.
On a serious note, hearts are bleeding. When I come to say my children, I'm only looking at their positive side. Their negative side, I don't want to dwell on it. Because circumstances led to this obvious negativity. So I bring out their positive side to them so that they go know who they really are. And begin to use that to change their mindset on their negativity. No matter what these children are doing, I will always hold the leaders accountable for this. And people like El-Rufai will not say, and you will ask somebody to go and verify what he told before I come here, come presenter. And you know very well, if it's not going to bring something when he say, he never verify to come for discussion. So for you to come in the angle you came from is wrong. Totally wrong. And when you come like that, your brothers here, they go do what they do today. And nobody should support this evil.
No, Black Panther and Alex. Those people not the grill.
No, the thing is that you don't even know the angle they are coming from. Some of them, they tell their story. Somebody close to them. You know, see him.
Okay.
His own brother, his own family member was by in this process.
All right.
So please,
thank you.
Let us speak for now to Nigeria. Everybody should favor the masses. Period.
Thank you, Mama Esho. I appreciate you coming in the last minute. So I appreciate every one of you. Please.
Thank you, my wonderful daughter, like mother, like daughter.
Yeah, she tackled them. She tackled them very well.
I give you 10. Thank you.
For where I like, wait till my do them. Wait my year saying they stop. They're not the stop. Go say wait.
She learned that one from Tony Africa. Wait.
I find that I'm the only person that is insulted on this platform.
No, but we all love you, Nigeria, but your positions are not. We cannot stay here. Under our watch, we cannot watch you come and spread your falsehood. We can't watch you spread your falsehood. We can't watch you support Nigerian wicked political class. We can't watch you do that. Never.
Look at what I said.
You can go and spread your falsehood in other platforms, not on Nigeria Watch, unless I'm not here. Sneak in when I'm not here and do your work.
Mama Echo, I think you misunderstood what I did when I came in. I wanted to let her know why.
No need.
The fact that people voted for be up and down the country means that they want unity. That is just it. So there's no need. The fact that
after CM, you were here advocating the opposite. Something.
No. I said if they do their shenanigans and deny him, then I have to decide my fate.
You forget the people and do what El-Rufai wants you to do.
What did El-Rufai want me to do?
He wants you to divide.
CM, don't mind this man. He doesn't know El-Rufai. Just they talk. He don't know anything. Just go break and go sleep.
See.
No, please now, let's go. We'll continue by tomorrow.
That's what I'm reminding you of, for those people you just talked about.
Okay, Tunaja, thank you. Not remind them. Tunaja is trying to drag you people to the part 2.
We'll do part 2 tomorrow.
Good night.
Good night, my people, and
good night,
endeavor to join us by 6
night,
p.m.
my dear. Good
Nigeria
night.
Good
time.
night, everybody.
You are the pillar that holds my life. You are the pillar that holds my life.